time for an episode of the Not So Late Night Boxing Talks. It's another full weekend of fights. Another one. The Zone and ESPN are going to be competing again. Really, it's starting to seem like they're the only game in town because we know the PBC isn't doing that many shows. By year's end, they'll probably have only done about 7. Looks to be about 7. Smokey, what it do? Juan, what it do? You know, they ain't up to a whole lot. And the less shows they do, the less their presence is felt in the sport. You just kind of fall into the background, you know? So this weekend we got Yanni Beck versus Mikhailovic, unbeaten guy from New Zealand. That's the main event at Top Rank. And we got Boots' ring return and his Matchroom debut with David Avanesian. Leo, what it do? You ain't know. You ain't know. You know what I mean? And I like those shows. I like those fights. Thank God that this weekend it's mostly action fighters fighting because Yanni Beck is an action fighter. Boots is an action fighter. Muratalla is an action fighter. They're all action fighters. So the potentiality of somebody laying an egg shouldn't affect the aesthetic of the matches. It shouldn't. They should all be entertaining fights to watch. Kimikaze in the building, Toby in the building, Smokey, Leo. All week we've been talking about this Shakur Stevenson stuff. All week. I don't know if he's gonna go to Matchroom. I don't know if he's gonna do that. He talked about going to Floyd, and I'm like, well, if you go to Floyd, who gonna pay you? If you go to Floyd, if you was to go to Floyd, who gonna pay you? Because Floyd ain't got no network deal. Mayweather Promotions doesn't have a network deal, so who gonna pay you them 3 or 4 M's you trying to get if you was to go with Mayweather? In a building, you already know, real talk. Paul Walnuts. I don't know, he could go to Mayweather, but you would go to Mayweather. Why? What does Mayweather have? He ain't got Gervonta Davis, so he don't have him. Gervonta is not a Mayweather Promotions fighter anymore. So if he was to go with him, what is he going to get out of that? And Mayweather himself, he don't have a broadcast partner. You don't. No, you don't. You don't got a broadcaster that's giving you an annual budget to do shows around the year. You don't. So how would Shakur get at them 2 M's, them 3 M's, or whatever it is that he wants up front, that he wants guaranteed? If the idea was to go to Mayweather to bring yourself closer to Gervonta, he ain't got him. He ain't with him. So I don't really see what the point would be in going to Mayweather. Seems like the logical place to go if you want to keep making money and you want to keep fighting is Matchroom. Seems like that's where you need to go. They got money. They got fight dates. Problem there is they ain't got opponents. Not really. Who you gonna fight? Who is he gonna fight? He gonna go for Kermel. Now Kermel is I think Kermel is a featherweight. I think he is. Ain't Kermel a featherweight? He fight at 126 or something like that. He'll give him a Gucci sweater and a punch in the brown. Shout out to punches in the brown. Punch him in the brown. I don't know, man. Open the Gate said not only is he a boring fighter, but he is a crappy person as well. Carmel is a dwarf. Yeah, Carmel, you could fit Carmel inside this cup, bro. He'll be in there shadow boxing, working on his jab. Yeah, little dude. Shout out to Killer B. What's up, Jules? So he was talking to people on the spaces earlier. I think it was Hassan hosting a space. and he was talking to people. I asked him about 2, 3 questions, not a lot. But I saw that he had an adverse reaction to the other people that was there. That he was, he was on his New Jersey. He was on his Newark, New Jersey. He's getting mad at them, you know. I asked not necessarily safe questions, but I asked him what was it about Top Rank that made him want to leave. What he told me was that their attitude towards him changed when he ain't re-signed to them, when he ain't take the extension. At least according to him, that's when they started acting funny. And I asked him about Cam and Mace, and he young, Cam and Mace is not gonna be to him what it is to guys our age. Cause he ain't grow up with that. Time you came out, they was already, older. That's not his generation. But he said he don't care. He said he don't care because they don't box and they don't mean nothing to him. And that's kind of what he was telling everybody, that, well, unless your accolades are on par with his, he don't really care what you got to say. That's what he was telling a lot of them guys in there. He wasn't very diplomatic about it, pun intended. Pun intended. And if he's gonna be a full-on heel, because that's how it's looking, he gonna be the bad guy from now on. Second phase. It is what it is. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. I don't know. A lot of people try to be the heel with different levels of success. A lot of people try to be the heel. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It's a little bit played out when it's not organic, when it's not really you. It just feels contrived and predictable, and it ain't really, you ain't really getting what you want out of it. There go Mike, about to shoot shot his microphone, And it's crazy, man. Now that we had a little bit more time to think about it and let it digest, got some questions for the panel. And please, parliamentary procedure, stop trying to talk over each other to tell a joke, because by the time you get it out, it ain't going to be funny. You're just going to irritate the audience. Bobby Light, what it do? You could tell he's forcing the heel. It sound like he being young, It just sound like he being young because, I know 27 is not real young, but it's young to me because I'm old. 27 is young to me because I've seen things. I've lived things. I've smelled different type of vulvas. Some had hair, some didn't. Some smelled bad, some smelled good, some didn't smell like nothing. Leo, do you think it's as bad as everybody's making it out to be, his performance? Or is it as bad as they're saying it was, or are they exaggerating, in your opinion?
In my honest opinion, it wasn't that bad. The thing is,
wasn't that bad?
No, it wasn't that bad. And you can argue that that other guy, I don't remember his name. I'm not going to. Tanaka. I don't fucking care. That guy. That guy. It wasn't engaging at some point. The problem is this: it's not that necessarily your performance is what came before your performance. You publicly announced that you were going to knock out this guy. You were going to stop being that boring fighter, the safety phase first fighter, and you didn't deliver. And after you received the backlash, you were in this fucking crusade against the world, really.
Yeah.
Trying to defend yourself when you didn't no cumpliste tu palabra. Esa fue la cosa.
Leo, he came forward, ¿verdad? He didn't hang back. He didn't shut up. He didn't hang back. He didn't move lateral. He came forward. Did it make a difference, or is it like no? It was still boring. Like it was still boring. Is that how you felt?
Look, I saw a couple of highlights of that fight because I didn't watch the fight. I am not gonna watch that fight, but I can tell you, it wasn't like it wasn't trying. For moments, it looked like it hurt him. He got them rattled a little bit. But if you don't have power, you have to stay. If you want to deliver on your promise, you have to stay right there in the pocket,
Hmm.
the whole fight. And you're not gonna do that because you're not that kind of fighter. You fight differently. If you're gonna fight like that, for me, it will be better if you shut the fuck up
Hmm.
from now
A
on. From
fighter,
now
a,
on.
a fighter that I know that was never big on power, like ever, is fighting this weekend. Tevin Farmer, and I know that he's not perfect, and people don't think of him as being pound for pound. But I could wholeheartedly say that for a guy who's not big on power, he's really fun to watch because his sweet spot is in the pocket. So it's a situation where either he's throwing or the guy is throwing or he's countering what the guy's throwing, that he doesn't stay away from you, he stays with you. And even though he's probably not going to knock you out, the aesthetic of the fight is usually still very fun. Michael, now that a few days have passed, do you think it's overkill? Do you think like people are exaggerating about how boring it was, or was it as boring as everybody says it is? It was.
Nah, it's just if that's how people are feeling, then that's how people are feeling. I don't think it's in the moment people are just trying to hate. I came into that fight expecting him to get a knockout, and the first three, 4 rounds are pretty much the exact same as the De Los Santos fight.
That's true.
It's just that, like, you have no excuse. You're at 135. You let your fucking hands go. There are guys above your weight class who punch more than you.
That is true.
Sorry, I just got a call there. Sorry about
Yeah.
that. Sorry, I just got a call. 1 second.
Fine.
There are guys. Bohachuk punches more than you. Virgil Ortiz punches more than you. These guys are heavier than you, so it's harder for them to throw more punches. You act like you're one hitter quitter. You're not a one hitter quitter. And what you said about Tevin Farmer, that's it. You don't have to have power, but you could be entertaining. I want to see you go back and forth. I want to see a slugfest or just like combinations, bro. Not one combination around. I'm talking about like 3, 4 combinations around. You can do that. You can.
Mm, mm.
You're
I'll say
choosing not to.
I think that he's hiding hand issues because he made mention of it 3 times. 3 times this weekend alone, and we know that Bob said, going into the De Los Santos fight, he said that Shakur was having hand problems. Now, this past weekend, I noticed some of the responses that he was getting out to different people, and he mentioned having hand issues 3 times.
Well,
So, it,
he was icing his hands after the fight.
yeah, like, is it possible that his hands is breaking down, and that's why he really can't, get at
That could
guys?
Okay,
be.
Because
That
that's
could
what
be.
I
happened to
think
Floyd. Y'all know that's what happened to Floyd, but it took a while. Like before Floyd got to that point, he was beating people up real bad. Whereas
okay. I,
Shakur
I
was
think
never
that
that.
that is uh, very it's a possibility that is very probable that he has hand issues. The problem for me, the question is why. And if I have to signal a possible culpable on this situation, it might be Terrence Crawford. I'm not saying it was his fault, but dude, if you want to train with that motherfucking monster, with that beast, and at some point you're gonna fall out because I see Terrence Crawford. I don't see a regular guy that trains hard. I see a guy that's close to a superhuman.
He's a
And so
creature, bro.
if you're gonna try to, if you're really gonna try to keep up with that motherfucker, no, you're gonna get injured
He's a
severely.
creature, bro. He's a special creature. I think it's a different thing though. I think it's malnutrition. That's what I think. I think when you have a fighter who's young and his body's still growing, and you're not getting the nutrition you need, in that period where your body's still growing. Because remember, they got to make weight. This guy was fighting at 126, bro. You know, he had to get down there. And when you're not getting nutrition that you need, but you're repeating motions, different repetitive motions over and over, it's easier for your body to break down and not heal the way it needs to because you're not getting the proper nutrition. You know, it's like if you was to start, I don't know, you go to the gym and you lift a bunch of weights, but you don't get the right calorie intake, well, all you gonna get is injured, bro. You ain't gonna get big, you just gonna get injured. That's what's gonna happen. You gotta eat. So when I look at these young guys and I notice like, wow, yo, a lot of people get injured more in this era than I remember. Like I don't have a number. I don't have an exact number, but I don't remember fighters getting injured all the time neither. Like this, not like all the time, or I don't know, maybe they were just tough. But if I had to guess why a young guy who's in his mid to late 20s could already have that kind of a breakdown, it's probably because, well, in your generation, y'all be killing yourself to fight at weights y'all really don't belong in. He's big for 126, man. He's a
Yeah,
big
I
126.
He
yeah,
said that for a minute.
I think that's a I think that's an issue, a general issue between his. Everyone is in his generation is making the way that they don't belong, really.
Yes. Yeah.
But not everyone is breaking down in the way that Shakur Stevenson, because your fists are they are the means of your means of work, really.
Yes.
So if I really have to put Shakur Stevenson, differentiate him above all others in that regard, the common factor for me is Terence Crawford. Dude,
My shit is fucked
you
up.
will be on a training camp with Terence Crawford, training at his level, like Shakur Stevenson is trying to train. No, I don't think most of these fighters will do that shit. And Shakur Stevenson, I think he's trying to catch up to Terence Crawford, and he doesn't realize that Terence Crawford is an animal in the same way that Artur Beterbiev is an animal, and the same way that maybe Gennady Golovkin was a
No, in the
beast in
same
that
way
regard.
that the Wendigo is an animal, bro. He's like the Nebraskan Sasquatch.
I
Like,
think
he's not-
that he said
why are you
before in
so
the.
loud, bro? Jesus.
Is it loud?
Yeah, yo, you startled me, bro.
It's the same as always, yo. I don't know. I don't know what happened.
I'm old, bro. Like, you be yelling at me.
Yo.
Yelling at
Anyways,
me.
I think
Yeah.
it's he said before in the past that he trains for long periods of time and then he trains too much. That's why he gets injuries. So maybe that's what led to like his hands breaking down. But for somebody
They
who
asked
doesn't
him
hit,
about it on the spaces too, and he didn't wanna address it. Somebody asked him about the hands, and he didn't want to get into it. So it's like that seems like, why would you not get into it? You mentioned it. It's the only reason anybody really knows about it. So that's 2 fights in a row that, there was hand issues. Hand issues. And have you ever punched something when you got a hairline fracture? Have you ever
Yeah,
gotten a
now,
hairline fracture or a boxer's fracture? You can't
yes,
punch. You can't punch right because of the pain.
yeah,
Once,
for a while,
yeah, like
it,
like
it,
months.
yeah, I think it was like a year that I didn't feel pain after that, but it was a very long while. I couldn't touch
I got a
touch.
wrist injury that lasted me like 8 months. So I understand how it works.
Hey, what's up, y'all?
Hi, what's up, Muratalla? Because I know you look like Muratalla undefeated. I saw your face. I know you look like Muratalla. Shout out
Bro,
to Money.
I'm light skinned as fuck. That motherfucker brown.
Bro, you look like Muratalla, bro. You look like you about to just ice the whole room and all that, bro. I just seen your
Hey,
face on the thing. You couldn't hide it, bro. I saw you. I saw
hey,
you.
hey, bro, y'all talking about Terrence Crawford is like a weird motherfucker. Did y'all know that this motherfucker fights at, well, obviously 147, but did y'all know that he has a 2-inch reach advantage? No, he has the same reach advantage as Bevel.
Yeah, I knew that. I knew that. That's
That
that's
shit is
that's
That's
why.
crazy.
Hold on,
crazy.
te lo voy a decir. Espera, te lo voy a decir. It's weird when it comes to that because Floyd was like that at welterweight. That even though Floyd is smaller than Crawford, but he had a lot of reach, and that really helped his style because you might think that he's not close enough to touch you, and he is. He is. He knows his range and he knows how to use his reach. So that doesn't really surprise me though. And let me
Yeah.
say this also. Let me say this. Having reach isn't everything because look at Lawrence Okoli. You can have the reach and not always know what to do with it. You can have it. Callum Smith has a lot of reach, but if you get close enough, he kind of falls apart, you know?
You can have reach, but can you penetrate?
At the Brown, you can try. Shut
God damn it.
Oscar Jimenez. Should we conclude Shakur is a hype job, even if he's having hand problems? Tim Bradley saying he's a master of his craft. Yeah, he's not delivering. I would not call Shakur a hype job because if you put him in the fights that he needs to be in, he will win. The thing is, he's not exciting, and that's the main indictment. I said it like 10 times since Saturday. He's good at what he does. It's just what he does is not always entertaining. It's not, but he's good at what he does. Like, yeah, he's a hard man to beat. And I don't think Tank beats him. I don't think Teofimo beats him. I've always said I think he's better with that base style than Devin. He's more dynamic with that base style than Devin. What he needs to worry about are pressure fighters. That's what he really needs to worry about because, well, you don't throw enough. That's the thing that you're going to be in there with a guy who's trying to get out 5 and 6 punches. They're going to come after you. They're going to maul you. And just moving around, throwing one at a time, that may not be enough to keep those guys out. You know? Shout out to the creative nerds. Showbiz the adult versus Ring IQ boxing match. Who wins? Tacos between rounds. Listen, bro, I ain't going. I
That's a
ain't going.
50-50 fight.
Nah, I ain't going this showbiz.
Nah.
No, listen to me. I ain't going this showbiz. That man never did nothing to me. So if you talking about a fight, I'm gonna just back myself. Period. But other than that, he seems like a nice guy. He seems like I'm gonna back myself. I'm gonna beat all of y'all. The only one I probably can't beat is who
Me,
can I,
nigga.
nah, you
Fuck.
don't know how to, bro. You
I'll
don't know how to
slap
fight, bro.
fire.
Bro, you don't know how to fight, bro. Like you talking about jabbing, and I will flip you. I will throw you in a garbage can, bro. You don't know how to fight.
I
I
got
will
Sophia,
literally slap fire out. So yo,
not matter
calm
of
the
fact,
fuck down.
the only one who could beat me probably it's not Michael because he's from
It's me.
Canada.
I
It's not
got
It's me.
Michael.
I
Y'all niggas
Undefeated,
don't even fight over
undefeated,
there, bro. Y'all use guns.
undefeated might beat me. I ain't even gonna lie.
hey
Because he
I
looked
got
like Muratalla.
I got 20 on missionary Michael.
Oh man, that is one of my favorite positions.
Bro, that's
Yo,
the only one you know.
we don't need to know that though, bro.
I'll
We
just
don't
follow
need
up
to
my
know
Hi,
shirt.
that.
Sophia.
Shout out to Sophia. Eddie shouldn't sign Shakur. Hi, Michael. Yeah, what do you guys think
That's
about
my
that?
girl.
Because everybody's acting like Eddie is the answer. And this is one of the few times I looked at it. I'm like, yeah, I don't know what Eddie can do for you, bro. Because he don't
Julius,
got nobody for you, bro.
Shakur Stevenson, if he goes to Matchroom, he's gonna become the next Demetrius Andrade.
No es verdad. Eso es lo que
Yeah.
yo veo. Eso,
Joe, Joe.
podemos decir, we can say this, though. Can we all agree he has a better resume than Andre?
Yup.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We can say that, right? Like, we can
But
say that.
here's what I can tell you. I promise you, Shakur will not fight until August 2025.
You don't
He
think
won't
so?
get
You
there.
think he'll sit out the rest of this year?
I think so. Yeah.
You don't think
Yeah.
they'll
Yo,
get him like
Oscar's
nondescript?
not
Wait,
gonna
let me
get-
see. Let me ask. Not Zepeda, but you don't think they could get him some nondescript UK dudes to fight?
Whoa, who? Like who? Dalton Smith? Who?
Nah, that's 140, bro. He ain't
That's
going up to
140. That's exactly my point. Like that's the only guy Eddie has close to that weight that I guess he could like throw away. Who
I
else
mean,
is
look, he
around?
was feeding Andre Luke Keelers for like 3 years, bro. So I
Okay,
think he could
okay.
get him somebody to fight. It
Who-
just ain't
who
gonna be
can
somebody
he-
on his level.
Who can he drain or bring up from like a lower weight? Cordina.
Joe
Cordina.
Cordina. He's going to 35 too. He's going to 35.
Yep.
yeah, but the problem is Julius. If he really has hand issues, I think he's not gonna fight this year.
I mean, I'm gonna tell you the truth that where I'm at with it, I only talk about it because it's in the news. My new Young Americans is Bruce Carrington. I'm very excited for him. I like him. I like Abdullah Mason. Impressive. Very nice. Fan friendly. Knows how to box. Knows how to fight. But knows how to be entertaining also. My young guys that last crop of guys is just not working out, bro. Teofimo, Shakur, Devin. Forget about Ryan. Ryan is a train wreck. I don't even care. Like, whatever, bro. Just whatever.
We don't need
The
to
new
talk
So I'm
about
guys
that.
is
saying,
what I'm focused
you don't.
about,
You.
bro.
That's what I'm saying. Like everyone's talking about Shakur. Fuck these guys. You have so many interesting guys. This weekend, Khalil Coe's fighting. Jaleel Hackett. Like these are entertaining guys to watch, bro. Like
Yeah, Muratalla too, man. Muratalla versus
Muratalla's
Farmer is
fighting.
a great. That's a
That's
great little
that's a
fight, by the way.
good fight. I've been excited since they announced that. I didn't see that coming. That's a good fight, yo.
Yeah, because Farmer's not gonna lay off and stay on the outside. Farmer at his very best is in the pocket, rolling counter, slipping counter, and he throws, man. Like, yeah, he's defensive,
Bro,
but he throws, bro. He'll fight.
he's tricky. He's a tricky fighter for anybody. Like it's just
Yeah.
annoying to deal with. If Mordecai can knock him out like early, that'd be a statement for me. I'm not
That
gonna
would
lie.
be a statement because it's been like he got knocked out by Pedraza. I think it was who was it?
2016.
Yeah, it's way back there,
It's
dog. Like he
way
got
back.
he
It's way
got
back.
knocked out in his debut, his pro debut. He got knocked out, and then he got knocked out by Pedraza. But that was years ago, bro. So if,
Years
if
ago.
you know what I mean, so if if Muratalla could ice him earlier, I would be impressed. I would. And
I
it
always
seems
wanted that JoJo rematch between him and JoJo. It was
yeah,
close.
because he's so much better. Like I ain't trying, glaze or nothing.
He
But
had a hand injury that day, bro.
I had a high opinion of Tevin Farmer. Like I'm like he's better than JoJo dog. I don't know what was wrong with him that night, but I was like,
He
yeah,
had
he's
he
better
had
than
a
this
hand
dude,
injury.
dog. Too bad he
Like
never got a rematch, bro. It's too bad.
it's a shame.
I
Bad.
never think too much about those early in your career knockouts because some of these fighters go there already knocked out. They don't say nothing. They go into training. They go in camp. Maybe they get clicked by a punch I don't see, and they get hurt really bad.
Hmm.
But they hide it
Yeah,
because they have
they
a
do.
half schedule like so many other fighters. Because let's say for example Anthony Joshua. I don't think Anthony Joshua was really skinny. He was never
No,
skinny.
la tipa lo dijo, Leo. Sarafina, la rubia con la nalga, la rica. You seen her, bro. She's
Yeah,
had a
yeah.
lot of fights, man. She fun as hell. She
Marco
said that
Soler.
they knew he was concussed. She said it afterwards that they knew he was
Who?
concussed.
Who are you talking about?
Anthony Joshua going into the Ruiz fight.
But who said that? Who said that?
Serafina, the blonde joint, the blonde joint with the ass. You
Okay.
know the joint, dog. If you see a picture of her, you'll know who I'm talking about. It's a blonde joint, white joint. She got a fat old ass.
Okay.
You'll know who I'm. Well, anyway, she used to handle the career of Jarrell Miller, and obviously that's how she knew that. Oh, they heard Anthony was concussed going into the Miller fight, but we all know what happened to Miller. He popped hot.
Yeah.
And she said that, yeah, we heard that he got concussed. That Joey DeVaco, who she also was working with, he touched him up in sparring, and he was woozy, you know. But they couldn't call it off because it was New York. It was the
It was an
zones.
American debut.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like they didn't want to call it off. It's just like Leo said that they go in there and they already not right. Sometimes they don't be right going in there. Shout out to Clavo. Who y'all think about Aram announcing Tank versus Loma in the works for November? Salute to you, Jules. Appreciate you, Clavo. What do you think, Michael? Do you feel the Christmas spirit?
No, honestly, when it comes to that fight, I'm just waiting for what he does, what Shakur does after what Tank does after. Does he fight Shakur or does he just avoid it? That's what
Do
I'm
you
looking
have him
at.
winning?
Most likely, bro. Shakur, like this man's talking about retirement, bro. Loma's talking about retirement, and he's doing exactly what he told you guys you were gonna do. He said, "I'm not gonna fight him now. I'm gonna wait till he gets older." He's doing
Yeah.
exactly what he said. Some real coward shit. Honestly, the fact that he's even working with Bob tells me that he might go for Loma and then Barinchik, and then save Shakur for last. Honestly,
If
if he's up,
Shakur, if he ever fights Shakur, Leo, what do you think? You're a realist, man. Do you think Loma has a chance in that fight? Do you have him winning or not? He's gonna get his old ass knocked out.
Sorry to correct you, Jules, but in the case of Lomachenko, I'm not a realist. I am a fan. I am picking Lomachenko to win.
Do you have a boner when you think about
let's go.
Lomachenko?
I love it,
Not
Leo.
a all way through, just a
I'm
half.
Just a partial? Shout out to
Yeah, just a partial.
partials.
I'm with you. I'm with you there.
You have a
I
partial
want
too?
I want Loma to win so bad. I'm gonna say he's gonna win with my heart though. I'm betting with my heart.
I mean, like, I literally see a way for him to win, right? I see a way, but I'm gonna pick Davis. I'm probably like I haven't decided yet, but I'm gonna go with I might go with Davis to be on the safe side because obviously I'm gonna be happy if Lomachenko wins. I'm gonna be happy for him, but I have to go with what's likelier than not. So stylistically, just based on styles, Lomachenko's style is much easier for Javante to deal with than Shakur's. There's plenty of opportunities to catch him in between with something hard because he throws 3 and 4 punches at a time, even if he's darting around like Goku when he does it. He is a combination puncher, so that helps the counter puncher. That helps him. That well, I don't gotta wait for him to throw a punch. He's gonna throw. So you know.
Yeah, but Jules, he's just not he's the older Loma now. Like
No, but
if
this is
this
what I'm
was
saying. This is what I'm saying that because he's older, it's like a couple of years ago, the prediction would have been different. I'd have been like, you're gonna look for a
Loma by
counter.
knockout.
Yeah, you're gonna look for a counter, but you won't get the chance to throw it because he's gonna throw so much at you, you're not gonna know what to do. But he lost the step. He's slowing down. So
No,
it's
he
a little
didn't.
easier for Javante to catch him in between.
You know when I
You know?
knew Loma changed? I knew when he changed when he didn't knock out Devin. Because I know like
Yeah, but he
maybe like
did
a
knock
two
out
year.
George, bro.
Yeah, but okay, it's fucking George. Like, come on.
Bro, Devin didn't knock out George. Teofimo didn't
But
knock out
Devin doesn't know who
George.
does
No,
Devin knock
nobody
out?
has.
Who does Devin knock out?
I don't know, dog. I don't know.
This would
I
have
don't even
knocked
care.
out would have
Like
knocked out Devin though. He would have.
I'm kind of over like just the whole crop of them, bro. Ryan, Devin, Shakur, T. Just it's like, yo, man.
No, come on, you can't throw Devin because of one loss.
It's not that. It's because you're
Like
gonna sit out my dude. You're gonna sit out the rest of the year. You're gonna sit out the rest of the year, right? That ain't that really. You could do that. I'm not saying you can't do that, but sometimes it's better to come right back. Look at what Joseph did when he
Yes.
got knocked out. When
Yeah.
he got knocked out by Joyce, he didn't wait a year to come back. He literally came right back. He had some little fights, but he did come right back. Whereas Devin, and you know what I said before, that like the way he got his ass beat, I think it left a splinter in his mind. I really do. You got your ass beat,
It's his
and you
PR
didn't know
team.
you didn't know you was gonna get your ass beat like that.
Yeah, but the thing about Joseph Parker is Joseph Parker is a strong guy. Even if he got
Anybody
knocked
hear that?
out,
Yeah, I hear
that
that.
guy is that guy is strong, physically strong. He's durable.
Eats
So
fish raw, bro.
god damn.
He
And Devin
literally
Haney,
does, bro.
oh fuck. And Devin Haney, you can look at him. He's fragile.
Yeah.
So I don't know how much time it's gonna take him to recover, to be fight fit, and mentally. Yeah, that's another issue entirely.
He wears really ugly clothes too, bro. You got too much
That
money to
shit
be
is
dressing like that,
fucking.
bro.
It's this
Like,
generation. They think wearing the weirdest of things makes you outside the box. So like you look good. Like ugly, bro.
that shit don't be
You look
looking
fucking
good, bro.
stupid.
But
Look
don't you think
dumb, bro.
a guy like okay, I'm maybe I'm no I'm gonna shut the fuck up. I'm not gonna say the rest.
Look,
Continue,
he
Julius.
dressed like he in Streets of Rage, bro. You remember Streets of Rage, Leo, when you walk down the street and you get into all the fights? He just wearing a lot of weird ass
He
shit.
dressed
Like,
like he's
bro,
a
where you
Kingdom
going?
Heart character,
Okay,
bro.
I see guys from another countries that they dress normal, but I never seen a guy from America that dress normal. Being a boxer,
Nah,
me.
No, they be doing the
nah. I
most.
mean, Nah, I mean,
Who
I
who
think
from America dresses normal? Who?
uh I was
An
Okay.
gonna
active
say
an active boxer.
I ain't gonna lie. Wait, Canelo dress is pretty normal, pretty
He
all
got a
not
good
right.
from
dress.
America. No,
Canelo's
he's not from
Mexican.
America, bro. He's from
Ah,
Mexico.
shit. My
Demetrius
fault. My
Andrade, he
fault.
dresses all right.
Nah,
Yes,
he don't,
right.
bro. He's another weirdo, bro. Like he really dresses like a, and he is a weirdo. Even if he dress okay, he's a weirdo, bro.
I ain't gonna lie. I fuck with Bud, but man, he has some badass fits. I'm like, that shit don't even match, Bud. What are you doing? That shit
I
don't
mean,
even match.
yo,
I think it,
nobody over here know how to dress, bro.
I think in the case of Bud is different because uh, Terrence Crawford doesn't really care. I don't think he even showers before fight.
Okay.
He puts on axe spray and goes there and knocks motherfuckers up.
No, yeah, like if anything, he probably don't wash for the whole camp, bro. Like, nah, cause when I get in there,
Wow,
the smell is going to distract.
that's crazy. There's an MMA fighter that did that shit. What's his dude? Ben Askren.
That's
He did that
nasty,
shit.
bro.
Bro, Ben looked like he don't wash though. Did you look at
So,
that? He looked like a germ. Like if you look in a microscope, you gonna see Ben Askren. He
Oh,
gonna be
for
doing
real.
flips and shit like that.
but for
Yeah.
real, Terrence Crawford, we are talking about some of the other fighters. They do their feats, they get a nice fade, the clothes. Terrence Crawford doesn't do nothing. None of
I ain't
that.
gonna lie. Shakur dresses all right. That's the only thing he can do good.
I mean, I don't really pay attention. He from New Jersey, so off top, I already don't think you don't know how to dress. Like
Damn.
New Jersey is like
Watch your mouth. I'm from
no,
New
like
Jersey.
for real, like Harlem, everybody in Manhattan fly, everybody. Brooklyn too. The BX, Yonkers, nah. Staten Island, no. You know what I mean? So I don't really pay attention to what he be wearing. But maybe I should. Like, you know what? He don't dress weird like Teofimo. Teo had a Deadpool suit. It looked fly, but it's like, yo, you really wore that like it's a pair of jeans, bro.
He wore that and then he fought the way he did against what's his face? Ortiz.
Ortiz.
Ortiz, bro, Jermaine
Yeah.
Ortiz. You know, and he
Anyways,
another one.
I gotta go. I'll be back.
All right. So look, we got Yanni back, and he's another one who you kind of want to sell your stock because, well, you know, if he win, I don't know. I gotta look at this dude he about to fight because I heard he could punch. I gotta look at the dude. I know he's a big kid. I know he's strong. He's from New Zealand, but I gotta see how he fight. If he win, what's that gonna lead to, bro? Adames is at the PBC. Lara is at the PBC. Eubank went to boxer. He not gonna fight you. He didn't go to boxer to fight you, bro. You know? What we
No,
gonna
don't
do
think-
with this guy,
No,
bro?
it's not
You
gonna
don't
lead
think he needs to
nothing.
move up already?
It's that if he did it wouldn't be no better because the fights that he needs, like, all right, a Caleb Plant fight would be nice, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be
Yeah.
nice. But Caleb is at the PBC. Edgar Berlanga. Edgar gonna act Hasidity, bro. He like, yo, you ain't do nothing to earn a fight with me. You know, Mungia, yeah, that would be nice, but he's at go. So it's gonna be the same thing where now I will say that super middleweight is deeper today than middleweight is. Yeah, it's a lot more going on up there. But how many of them people is Yanni Beck really gonna have access to?
That's true.
Okay, how old is Yanni Beck?
Like 30 something, 31 around there, 32.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're around
Yeah,
there.
I agree with you. It has to move up. It has to try to chase something there.
Yeah, like I don't know what's gonna happen, and I said that middleweight is not really gonna pick up until the guys at 54 go up
Go up.
there. So if you see Xander, once you see a Puerto Rican fighter go there, all right, now the Puerto Ricans gonna start watching. If Zoo goes up there, all right, the Australians will start watching. I had high hopes for Elijah Garcia, but he looked like straight doodle in that last fight. Like he looked terrible, and he might move up. So I had high hopes for him that he could beat somebody at that weight, but he looked terrible. So it's just gonna keep being dead right there, bro. Like it is. Like Laura's like 45, bro, and he got a belt. It's like 45. What you gonna do?
Oh,
Adames is hard
in
now,
Cuban years, that's the worst
right?
part.
Because he really 60. You know what I mean? Adames, he hard now. He don't want to like you wanted that Yanni Beck fight when you ain't had nothing. When you ain't have nothing, yeah, you wanted it. Now that you got something, you don't want to risk it. You signed to the PPC. You re-signed. So ain't nothing going on at middleweight. It's just like that, man. And it's just boring. And I'm still mourning Kazuto Ioka losing last weekend. I haven't even talked about it. I haven't even mentioned it. I'm still mad. I'm like, damn, dog, why you had to lose this one, bro?
Fucking
Now I
Puma,
gotta
man.
change. I gotta change my pound for pound list. I gotta put Puma in it now. I gotta look at how is. I understood how Ioka versus Bam might look. I had a understanding. Now I gotta think about Puma and Bam, and I'm kind of getting a blank. And yeah, man, why that weird ass dude had to win, dog? Like he dyes his hair, bro. Dyeing
Esos
it
son,
blue,
eh,
bro.
eh, esos son los colores del Boca, Boca
Yeah, I know
Juniors.
that, but it's still weird. But like, so you really sit there over the sink pouring chemicals in your joint, bro? But with the little packets, the little Kool-Aid packets to do your shit, like that's crazy, bro. You know what I mean?
Julius, la pasión por el Boca Juniors es otra cosa. Allá en Argentina, por lo menos.
Yeah, but it looks weird, bro.
It does. It
It
does.
looks weird. Like it's like some Cisco type of gold dust type of. But he's a good fighter, man. You know what? I give him credit for this. He has two very good scalps. It's the scalp of Jerwin Ancajas and now the scalp of Ioka. Those are big scalps, man. Those are
Yeah.
good scalps. So gotta give him credit for that. Shout out to Jack. Tanaka and Puma will unify at the end of the year. Stop lying. Don't play with me, bro. Stop playing with me, bro. Don't play
What?
with me, bro. You heard that, or you just saying things? If you heard that, I like that. I like that. You know, Sky Nicholson is fighting this weekend in Philadelphia. I think she's gonna beat my countrywoman. I think she's gonna beat Vargas. For those of y'all that don't know, Diana Vargas is Dominican like me. We come in all kinds of colors, dog. I've been saying that. When I be telling people I'm Dominican, they be like, I thought you were Puerto Rican. No, sometimes Dominicans is light too. Sometimes Diana's another one. She's light, fair skinned Dominican,
Y'all
And
come
she's
in
gonna
white, brown, black. Y'all come in all colors, man.
all colors, bro. Like they naturally assume I'm Puerto Rican. Like I love Puerto Ricans, by the way. Puerto Rican women is delicious, bro. Like, oh my God, bro. The Bronx, LES, Bushwick, Brooklyn. Puerto Rican women is delicious. And they loyal too, dog. They'll fight for you. Don't let nobody say nothing to they will fight for you, dog.
No,
Like
they'll fight you too.
they'll fight you too, but they will
Yeah.
also fight for you. You know what I
They're
mean?
gonna fight everyone.
Yeah,
Like
even
Shakur
they self.
Stevenson fight, like Shakur Stevenson on Twitter.
Exactly, like that's how they are. Like Shakur is on Twitter, they like a tornado of punches. If only he was that way in the ring. Maybe that's why people are so mad at him, because his personality outside of the ring doesn't match the way he fights inside the ring. That outside the ring,
He's so unlikable. He's so classless.
nah,
That's
I
that's
ain't,
a, that's a real problem.
he's from New Jersey. He's supposed to like. I ain't even trying to play him. I
Supposed
lived
to
in
be
New
classless.
Jersey, bro. Bro, I lived in Elizabeth, New Jersey. I lived in Toms River. I lived in Newark for a very short while. I almost didn't live there, but I was there for a while. And that's he from New Jersey, bro. Like you know what I mean? Like he gonna be like that. But it's more like you on this rah 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 rah. But in the ring, he's a finesse fighter, so the personality doesn't match the performance.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't tell him nothing. He was cursing everybody out 2 hours ago. He ain't cursed me out, thank God. But he was cursing everybody out 2 hours ago. Anybody that said anything, yo, shit my dick, yo. Yeah, suck my dick, me. Stuck my like he was going crazy, B. You know? He can't
Fucking
handle
Shakur.
criticism, man. The thing is that when have fighters ever been able to handle criticism? When? I never known any fighter that takes criticism well or seen any fighter that takes it well. Like if you say anything, Well, what did you do? You know, like when who was it? Joe Tessitore or Mark Kriegel? He asked Broner about the fourth division, the four titles. And, Broner got in his feelings. He got in his feelings.
Yeah, I think that's understandable, but the problem with Shakur Stevenson is you spend too much time on social media. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
too much fucking time on social media. I
I mean,
understand it's kind of your work, but you don't have to treat every fucking guy that talks shit about you. You don't have to do that.
yeah, but
Not
you know
even
what?
Canelo
He,
does
he
that.
he has that personality that he gonna push, that he gonna double down. I know guys like that. That if you tell them something and you trying to tell them something, they just gonna double down after that. Like, no, fuck you, yo, fuck you. You know what I mean? They like that.
I mean, do you
They
think
like
social
that.
media kind of messes up boxing a little bit because back then we used to see everything being done in the ring, and now we get to see it all on social media?
Kind of like I don't know if I could say that it messes us up because it's a good and bad experience depending on what's going on. For starters, we as fans have a lot more access to fighters than any era before it. That if you're a content creator and you got a channel, you can literally do an interview with a fighter that you like. You know what I mean? Hold on, I gotta get the door because my wife is lazy, don't want to use her keys.
Adelante,
Leo, sing a
adelante.
song, bro. Sing a song, bro.
Now, really, I don't think it's a problem with social media because, look, say whatever you want about social media, that it's toxic, that enhances their hate against each other, but you don't really have to be on social media.
True.
You can really lock down and close all your social media accounts, and nothing is gonna happen to you. Absolutely nothing. Even if for a professional athlete, I don't think there's a necessary for them to have social media. Not really.
Right. I guess I'm just speaking in the aspect that all these word for words exchanges, I would rather see them, being put in the ring instead of on X or wherever. You know what I mean?
Mm, yeah, but you don't really have to watch it.
Yeah, that's true.
If you don't want to, you don't really have to watch it.
Mm.
Guys that way bigger than Shakur Stevenson on any professional athlete, they say it. I don't log out to social media. I don't see the comments. I don't see the posts. And probably most of those guys they have guys that manage them social medias.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And look, if Julius here can have a guy like real talk with a fucking range, you if you're Shakur Stevenson, you can have a guy that manages your social media that you don't have to be all the time talking.
Yeah, I mean, like following fighters like Virgil Ortiz. I mean, he's not really putting any hate stuff out there. Nor is Canelo, but I'm just saying, like Ryan Garcia, Tank Davis, Shakur, right now, they're just posting all kinds of nonsense right now, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, even if Shakur Stevenson wants to be the heel,
I
I
mean,
don't
I
know
like
if
the
that.
I like the kid, man. I like a lot of his fights that he's done, but just recently, lately, man, like he just doesn't care what his fans. I mean, some of your fans are actually your loyal customers, and I mean, if you're not really performing the way you're supposed to, I mean, how do you expect to keep them? You know what I mean? You can't get mad for losing followers here and there or losing any marquee value when you're not putting the output that you're supposed to.
Oh, yeah, but okay, if this is planned, if Shakur Stevenson wants to be the heel, he wants to approach every match like that. This villain, this unlikable guy, that might work out in his favor. That might give some eyes on his fights, some revenue. But you have to have the fights, and I don't know if he's gonna have the fights that he needs outside of Top Rank. I
Right.
I cannot tell you what can Eddie Hearn can do for him.
Mm-hmm.
What fights does he have? And the PVC maybe, but PVC PVC doesn't really technically have Gervonta Davis.
Right.
and the PBC doesn't have a network, a broadcast network. So I think they might be done. They don't have any money. So what is Shakur
I mean,
Stevenson gonna
but
do?
we still hearing plans. We still hearing plans de que ellos van a hacer una carteleta in August, but we're in July, so I'm like, are they? If they were gonna do one, wouldn't they have announced it by now? If they were gonna do one,
Mm-hmm.
de que Caleb Plant is supposed to be fighting in August, pero cuando, bro? We're in July. Like we're not in the middle of July, are we? Like yeah, we're kind of in the middle of July.
Yeah.
It would
It
be
should have been
kind of.
announced.
That's what I'm saying. Like if you was gonna do one in August, you should have announced it by now.
And the other thing is, besides the fact that Shakur Stevenson is widen out in social media, okay, dude, you're being stupid. Really. You're taking advice of Floyd Mayweather, the rival or the promotional company that you were working with. That's the
Ellos
guy
no,
you're taking. Come
ellos no,
on, man.
ellos no entienden que él no quiere que nadie se supere. They don't understand that Floyd is not this wise old sage that wants to see you do well. Like no, he
Right.
doesn't, bro. Like he doesn't want to see you do well. You know,
Why would he?
He wants to do well and
He
wants
was
to
your
be the only one doing
competitor.
it.
It was your competitor. It was literally your competitor.
I think Floyd in his own mind still views himself as competition for these.
Yes.
Don't you? The other day he said, "I'm still the face of boxing." I think the other day he said that, like a couple of months ago. So it's like, what advice are you going to get from him? And more importantly, what applies to him doesn't apply to you. And that's the part that gets annoying when so many people use him as the anchor for every argument. That what applies to Floyd does not apply to you, because even if people did call him boring, he had high profile opponents that had a lot of fans. Manny had a lot of fans. Oscar had a lot of fans.
Yeah.
Cotto had a lot of fans. Canelo had a lot of fans. And the people that talk about Floyd, what I notice is a lot of these young guys, bro, y'all don't even know that. Y'all don't realize that Cotto was a draw, bro. Like he was a big draw in New York, bro. He's a big draw. He had a lot of fans. Marquez had fans. Oscar obviously had fans. That's why he was the A side. So yeah, you could be boring if the other dude got fans and the other dude gonna bring that. But if it's just you, nah, you really can't be boring. And the other thing is, Floyd wasn't always boring. For a long time, he wasn't boring. To be real, most of his career, he wasn't a boring fighter. Yeah, not most of it, he wasn't. It's only towards the end, which is coincidentally the only part that the young guys saw, because they're young. You know, y'all wasn't in there. Y'all didn't see him beat the hell out of everything you know about Floyd. You watched on YouTube or you heard about it. You didn't see it. Like, yeah, he beat the hell out of Gaddy, dog. Y'all don't be doing that to no. They put Teofimo in there with a Claggett, and look what happened. But look at what Floyd did to Gaddy. Like, yo, dog, you supposed to do to Claggett what he did to Gaddy, bro. Like, yeah, that's supposed to be.
So Gatti was low-key crying after the fight.
Bro,
That was.
He beat the hell out of Gaddy, dog. He beat the hell out of Chico, and Chico was unbeaten, bro. Knocking people out. He was unbeaten. Devin was supposed to do to Linares what Floyd did to Gaddy. That's supposed to be.
Or what did to Gennaro.
Gennaro Hernandez también. It's like that's why I get annoyed when I see that, yeah, you not him, bro. Because when he was your age, yo, y'all would have ducked him. Yeah, y'all would have ducked him. That's the wildest part about all these guys that like to compare themselves to Floyd or bring him up. That if he was around, same age you are now, you wouldn't have wanted to fight him. You would have ducked him. Oh, yeah, because you would have ducked him. He wasn't like you, dog. Like, yeah, it was Floyd. Eventually, his hands got all beat up. That's why he got like that, because eventually his hands got all beat up. But that was after he beat the heck out of a lot of people, dog. It wasn't right away.
After Pretty Boy Floyd.
Yeah. You know, and yeah, you know these saying, you gotta be pretty boy. Yeah, you say that, but you don't understand it. You had to have been there to understand it, that he was beating the hell out of people, dog. The other thing is Floyd could take a punch, Devin. Yeah, Floyd could take a punch, bro. Like, yeah, he could, bro. When Mosley cracked his ass, Yeah, he took it hurt. Yeah, he buckled, but he took it. If Mosley would have hit you like that, oh nah, you'd have went out, dog. You would have went out. You know? The pressure from Cotto when he fought Cotto. Cotto was all over him, bro. And Cotto, yeah, he was little. Cotto was not a big guy, but he was very, very strong for a little guy. He was very strong. And that was one of my favorite Floyd fights because they was like Cotto was really going after him. He was really getting at him. Bloody Floyd nose all up and all of that. And it's like y'all just say things. That's why I've been saying that in the last couple of relays I did because I noticed that y'all just say stuff. Y'all just say stuff. Y'all don't even think about what y'all saying. Because the whole argument that some people making, oh, Top Rank didn't promote Shakur. What do you mean they didn't promote him? Let me ask you a question. What do you think promotion is? Think it's hand jobs? They give him a hand job at the fighter meetings? What? They say nice things about him? What do you think promotion is, bro?
It's about the fight that you're gonna
Exactly.
have.
But you got to perform as well, man. I mean, you just can't get promoted and not do your job as you're supposed to.
No, ellos oyen algo and it sounds good y después ellos lo repiten without thinking about it. They didn't promote him. What do you mean they didn't promote him? Then how did 8,000 people know when he was fighting if they didn't promote him? You saying they didn't promote him. So no fight poster, no press conference, no meetings, right? No commercials, no thumbnails, nothing, right? No boxing scene articles, nothing, because they don't promote him. I'm like, what do you think promotion is, dog? What do you think is saying nice things about him? Like, I love you, Shakur. I love you. Like, what do you think promotion is, bro? Yeah, they promoted him. You know how you know they promoted him? Over 1 million people watched that fight. That's how you know they promoted him. He's not a fan-friendly fighter, but they promoted him. They definitely did because regularly when he fights, people watch. Why? They promote him. You think they're paying him $3 million a fight to not promote him? Yeah, we just gonna pay you $3 million, but we ain't gonna try to sell this fight. Does that even make sense, bro?
$3 million for fights that he don't even deserve it, to be honest.
Bueno, esa es otra cuestión también, porque para mí, I think a lot of the fighters get a lot. They get a whole lot. And it's not really a reflection of their market value. Like, no, it's not. Like, it's not, though. Like, they paid you that to make sure you wouldn't go nowhere. That's why they gave you that. A big minimum to make sure you come with us. And when you come with us, we got dibs. You can't just leave. You can't just go over here, go over there. That's what they paying for. But that's not your marquee value. What you good for, They'll end up losing money on you, They might, And then when they say that, people got mad at Bob when he said that about Crawford. And y'all know I'm a huge Crawford fan. But that's the facts, though, bro. Yeah, they lost money. What you expect? Y'all motherfuckers will lose your mind if y'all lose $100 in your jeans. Don't act like... If you lose $100 in your jeans,
Yeah.
if you lose $20 in your jeans, you gonna be mad. So imagine losing millions. Imagine,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the thing about Terence Crawford is, let's say for example, another kind of guys. I know Bob Arum is an old guy, and I'm not gonna say he feels like a father to these guys, but some guys they have more talent than others. Some guys they push it more, and Terence Crawford was that guy that he had it all. He has it all, really. So if you are consider yourself one of the best promotional companies, one of the best promoters in the business, you're gonna try your best to keep the best fighter in the world with you, even if it costs you money. But that doesn't mean you're gonna tolerate the disrespects this guy is gonna bring. Because Terence Crawford is for me the kind of guy that's gonna say it to your face, even if it's wrong.
Y eso es lo que ellos lo que están esperando que, el promotor, he has to play with kid gloves. But the fighter can be as brash, insulting, abrasive, and aggressive as they want. Manín, tú no estás pagando para nada aquí. You're not paying. None of this stuff that's happening is on your money. It's not. It's the promoter's money. So, of course, they have a right to be upset, though. Like, yeah, I would say they do. They have a right to be upset. It's not like Bob trashes every single guy, but it's like, well, if y'all gonna call me on my name, y'all gonna say I'm biased, y'all gonna say I'm this, y'all gonna say I'm that. The least I can say is, yo, I'm losing money honoring your contract. How you getting mad at me? I'm paying you what I gotta pay you. I'm holding up my end. It's not my
Hmm.
fault them people don't want to fight you, because that's what it always was. And that's why I'm like, people like to say things without thinking about them. That Bud's problem wasn't top rank. How could it have been top rank if the same PBC made the same fight with the same top rank between Wilder and Fury? PBC ain't have a problem doing that fight. Ain't have a problem. Right now, mira lo que es. Shakur saying, oh, top rank not getting me the fights that I need. But ain't Javante Davis talking to Vasil Lomachenko, who's with who? Top rank. So how can
Hmm.
top rank be the problem? Can't be. It ain't top rank then. Shout out to Bobby. Shakur is taking on some of the bitter. Yup. Of Andre Ward, Shields, Mayweather, and even Bud. You could tell by the talking points about top rank. Absolutely. La gente ahora creen que you can make that accusation y porque tú lo dijiste, oh, well, it must be true. No, it's not, bro. Porque lo que tú estás diciendo, Teofimo lo dijo. Now, were you and Teofimo the same thing? No, but y'all saying the same thing, just about different groups. So lo que yo veo, no, tú eres una princesa, eso es lo que es. Una princesa, you're a little princess, bro. No de
I mean, is
mucho.
this? Would this be the same Terrence Crawford and Andre Ward who were falling asleep on during Shakur's fight? Caught on camera falling asleep. By the way, it's not like they can deny this shit.
Oh,
Eyes burning
Kevin
the open.
Cunningham. Kevin Cunningham was asleep. He can't lie to me. His head like this in that picture, dog. He just got shades on so you can't see if his eyes is open. But his head like this, bro. And he
I'm
old.
saying, man, that's horrible, bro. I mean, again, you still got the audacity to still trash your promoter. Same thing with T.O. trashing his promoter. I mean, I just don't get these fighters, man, for real.
Ingrato. Eso es lo que es. Ellos son ingrato. Honestly, Shakur went with top rank. I remember what they said. Shakur went with top rank. Mayweather didn't offer him what top rank offered him. That was just a lot of talk out of the amateurs. Mayweather ain't offer him nothing. Al Heyman ain't offer him A, B, C, and D to go with them. Top rank offered you the most money. That's why you went with them. And they built you. Whether you like it or not, it's the truth. If people know you today, it's because they built you. What do you think? Like, you think that it just happens on its own because you're like a unicorn, as if they don't got to invest millions of dollars in you, literally millions of dollars to get your career going. And you just act like you did it all by yourself. And it's not just him. They all do that. Por eso es que yo digo, the majority of the stuff you see now, a lot of the time, it's not the promoter, it's the fighter. Porque mira, Lawrence Okolie, he Eddie Hearn. Joshua Buatsi, he Eddie Hearn. Chantel Cameron, he Eddie Hearn. Mi mama, it's the same. It was the same shit. It's the same shit.
Well, Shakur is a unicorn. I mean, how many silver medalists have we ever seen from the Olympics go to the pros?
Exactly. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like I try to really look at what the problem is. And what I see the problem is honestly, he's very stubborn. He's very stubborn. You can't tell him nothing. And you could go listen to the spaces to the people that was asking him shit if you want to see what I'm talking about. You can't tell him nothing. Ya se le ve. You can't talk to him because he's stubborn. You can't tell him nothing. That's one. Two, he's entitled because a lot of the Olympians are entitled. Out of the amateurs, they get the red carpet rolled out for them. They get treated better because, you know, they're standout amateurs. So they're off top entitled. Y ellos como piensan that, oh, I was always going to pop. Bro, all that millions of dollars they put in you, your career didn't happen on its own. It really didn't. It didn't happen on its own. They got to put up millions and millions and millions of dollars for you to get to where you at right now. The funny thing is Bob ain't even trashing him. I literally seen an interview with Steve Kim. He talking to Bob. There's no animosity between me and Shakur. If he wants to come back and work with us, we can do it. He ain't got nothing bad to say.
Yeah,
but
it's not
Bob is
Bob's
the bad guy.
Yeah, it's not Bob's fault that they literally brought in Rotisserie Ramirez to lose to you, and he ended up popping bigger than you have.
That's crazy too. That's crazy. You know? And we'll see, man, because like I said, this last cycle of young guys that are not so young anymore, right? They're not young, wet behind the ears guys anymore. Now they're all seasoned. Devin, Shakur, Teofimo. It's like that last crop, un fracaso. Like, yeah, like y'all do y'all, yo. Do your thing. I'm be watching Shushu Carrington, bro. That's what I'm gonna watch.
Is there
Watch
hope for
Muratalla.
Matias?
I mean, I think so. He left Panda, bro. He's not with Panda no more.
Oh shit.
His trainer, he's not with Panda no more. I don't know who he's gonna go to, but he ain't with Panda.
Who do you
He
think
should
he
go
should
to
go
Freddie.
Express?
Should go to Freddie. If you are
There you go.
offensively minded fighter, he's an offensively minded fighter. For him, I would say either go to Freddie or go to Mark Ramsey in Canada because he's really good with offensive fighters. People don't notice that he's really good with offensive fighters. Who? Artur Beterbiev, Christian
Mhm.
Mabili, offensive fighters. If you are an offensive fighter, go to either Mark Ramsey or Freddie Roach. Better
Boom.
off over there. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. Don't try to turn Matias into a boxer. That's not going to work. I done seen a lot of people try to do that. That's not going to work. You just got to get better at what you do because you got a few pieces missing. You just got to get better at what you do. Don't try to change your identity. Just get better at what you do. You know? Jason, do you think Matchroom is going to be able to help Shakur?
No,
No?
I don't think anything can help Shakur. He is who he is. He's just going to be another boring fighter who falls by the wayside and wonders. He's going to be a bitter old man wondering why his career never panned out. It's always going to be someone else's fault.
Leo said he's going to be the next Andre. You agree with that?
No, Andre actually beat people.
You lying. Andre don't have a better resume.
Oh, Andre.
Nah,
I thought you
hell
said
no.
Andre Ward. Like, no, the next Andre? Yeah. Yeah,
That's
I
a
see
better-
that.
Ain't that a better comparison, though, Leo? You don't think that's a better comparison that he might be the next Andre Ward?
The next one, no,
No?
Andrew Ward. Dude, Andrew Ward, at least he fought. He fought fucking people. He challenged himself. He went to there to fight Kovalev. Shakur doesn't have to. Just going to have the opportunity to do that
Hmm.
because Eddie Hearn is not going to be able to get anything from him. He's not gonna be. He's not gonna get Tank. He's not gonna get Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, or any of the other names.
Eso.
I mean,
He's
Ward's
not,
fight was
though.
more entertaining, right?
Well, say it again, Clavo.
Wasn't Ward's fight a little more entertaining than Shakur's, though, at least?
The opponents were, because, you know, Ward is Ward, but he had Carl Froch, you know? Like, he had
Yeah.
Carl Froch. He had Mikhail Kessler. So, even though his style is not particularly entertaining, he was in there with the right opponents to make it entertaining, like, you know, Kovalev.
True.
You know, a lot of people think he lost to Kovalev, man. Shout out to Will. So, how can Shakur secure a big fight if he is unable to draw a crowd? Chasing away customers never made anybody rich. What's the plan? Keep blaming fans to gaslight them into showing up? Horrible plan. Well, I mean, like, so far, and I'm not trying to be the ray of hope. I'm not. But he does seem to draw okay if he fights in New Jersey. I just don't know how long that's going to last when people literally getting up and leaving before the fight is over. Literally, like, it's all type of videos. It's not like it's one video. It's a bunch of videos, bro. People getting up and leaving. Other people, literally, a kid posted a video of his man and them sleeping like he knocked out. Where Haratuni is supposed to be knocked out. No, the kid was knocked out in the chair.
Nah,
Right,
bro,
bro.
that's just because they paid them to leave, Jules. Stop with the lies. It was conspiracy. They paid Top Rank and ESPN paid them to leave.
That gotta be it, yo, because this Shakur is super entertaining, bro. Shout out to Liam for a different take. Who could Shakur bring into his camp, or who could he go to to make his style more entertaining. Since Shakur is cerebral, I recommend Buddy McGirt. He's cerebral guy, thinking man's kind of fighter, but needs to be a little bit more assertive. I would say Buddy McGirt. I would say
Abel Sanchez.
nah, because Abel is good for bruisers. Guys like Garcia, guys like Gennady. He's good for guys like that. For a dude that's trying to be that, Abel would not be the right way to go. But to bring out the extra that you have, Buddy is really good at that. Buddy is a good shout. Who else? Salas. Salas is good, you know. He be having his moments. El
What about Manny
Profesor.
Robles?
I love Manny, dog, but I don't know if Shakur has the ingredients to be a Manny Hero. And I'm not even trying to play him, but I just don't. Manny is like underrated, dog. Like he really do make
Yeah.
fighters better. But I
Because
don't know, man.
Jules, because he got brawlers, bruisers, pressure fighters, and boxers in his gym. He got a
Yeah.
plethora of.
You got all the
Did you
styles.
say plethora, bro? Shout out to
I said
plethora.
plethora. But I want to say,
Got that word
did
of
you
the day, toilet tissue, bro.
did you even see the clip that someone got from the ESPN broadcast of Crawford and Ward dozing off?
I've been seeing that. Like I've been looking
Yeah.
at that all week. Like, look, you gotta go listen to the interview. Well, the Q&A that he just did with Hassan on Twitter, right? Go listen to it. He cutting ass. You can't tell Shakur nothing, bro. You can't tell him nothing. He got mad at all them dudes. I asked the question. He ain't get mad at me. My question was simple. You know, what was it that made him leave Top Rank? Was it the money or the atmosphere? He kind of said it was the atmosphere. But the other people that was trying to come on and tell him, yo, you bugging out the way you acting. Yo, he told him to suck his dick. It just all this crazy shit. Like it's like, well, yo, man, you draw more flies with honey, bro. I'm just, you know, and you keep acting like it don't matter that people don't like you. I'm saying it do matter in your job. Yeah, it matter. How don't it? That's what's going to decide if they want to come see you or not. If they don't want to come see you, then what? If they don't want to come see you, then what? You know, but hey, Bobby Light said Bud egging Shakur behavior on Twitter was disappointing. Then to try to turn the criticism into a race issue shows you the type of advice. I agree with that because your problem is not Top Rank. Your problem is people don't want to fight you. They don't. George wanted to fight Loma more than he wanted to fight you. Isaac didn't want to fight you. Frank didn't want to fight you. You know, Javante don't want to fight you. What is Top Rank going to do about that? What can they do about that, though? What can they do?
They are supposed to fork out $10 million to make them fight Shakur.
Where Bob's supposed to give Javante his remaining life savings to make the Stevenson fight. He supposed to give him his SSI check, his life savings, 401k, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Liam Jules. Tune into, I don't know how to say his name, bro, versus Carroll. If I could find somewhere to watch it, bro, if I can, you know, I gotta look at Andre Mikhailovic tonight after I get off of here. I gotta review whatever footage of him I could find to see how the dude fight. But he's a big kid, strong kid. He's young, never lost a fight. He seems to knock people out. So hopefully it'll be good, man. Hopefully, because Yanni Beck do lay an egg sometimes, man.
No, he
Sometimes.
do. He don't let his hands go sometimes. Jules, you know how you were making fun last week? Had the Biden issue, like he looked bad. He made it worse today. Do you know he introduced President Zelensky in front of NATO as President Putin?
Bro, that dude, look, I'm gonna tell you something. The politics, right? I don't know how to say this in a sentence completely. Whatever's going on in this country, that's also going on in Europe. Something is going on. I don't know what it is. Something is going on to where I think the political process in its entirety is a farce. when I look around at what's going on, I'm like, something is happening. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but this is all a sham. Everything we look at, it's all a sham, bro. This is not real. People in power never share it with people who don't have power. That's always been the case throughout all of history. So am I to believe that they leave the decision of who runs the country to us? I don't believe you. I don't believe you.
Is Julius? Let me tell me you something. Look, the president in the Western world, the president matters, but it doesn't matter that much. Not at the degree that people think it matters. We have a parliament, we have senators, we have deputies, we have local governments. There's a lot of things in motion that determines what happens in every territory. It's not just the president. The president is not an emperor. The
No,
president is not a.
eso ni es lo que yo estoy diciendo, Leo. Lo que yo estoy diciendo es que alguien que tiene más poder que el presidente, que el prime minister, toda esta gente que nosotros conocemos, ¿verdad? Those are puppets, man. Alguien está haciendo decisiones que están afectando North America, France, UK, Sweden is, forget it. Sweden, where Sweden used to be one of the nicest places in the world to visit, it's over. It is over. It's like, read about it if you don't believe me. It's over, bro. Y yo lo que estoy viendo es esto un sabotaje. Somebody is doing this. And once again, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm a realist. I don't see the benefit of what's happening in America right now. What is the benefit? What are you doing? You know we have enemies. Like, whether you like it or not, we have enemies. There needs to be a vetting process to get into the country. You've eliminated all of that. You don't know how many of our enemies you might have let in here. You don't know what you let in here. I don't even know why you would do this unless your aim is to destabilize infrastructure and destabilize this government the way this government has destabilized so many other governments in foreign countries. That is all I see, plain as day. And I am not a conspiracy theorist. I'm just a common sense guy.
And you know what's crazy? You even saying it just matter of factly like that, which is the most pro-American you can be, is very basic. Like, no, I want my country taken care of. To people on the left, you're radical and you hate immigrants when you talk like that for wanting a vetting process.
And that's why the major decisions that affect lots of people should never be left into the hands of idealists. Idealists can't see through the forest through the trees. All you can see is an ideal. Life is seldom ever ideal. Seldom. So your idealism, it's a pipe dream, bro. I don't even want to get into politics. Because like I said, the older I get, the more I see this is all a joke. This is a joke. This is not real. This is just what they show you to keep you in check. It's what they show you. The illusion of choice, the illusion of power. Because really, pay attention. When in history have people with power ever shared it with people who don't have it? When? Always abused it. They've always abused it.
What I was saying before, and I'm gonna tell you this, it's your fault. Because especially in the case of the United States of America, it's your fucking fault because yours is a federal state. You're a conglomerate of states.
Bro, you're talking
on federal law.
You're talking infrastructure. You're talking about surface issues and infrastructure. What I'm talking about is the inevitable demise of an empire like every single empire before it, because they all go down eventually. This is bigger. Listen, Leo, I'm from another planet. This is bigger than you can understand. Okay? It's bigger than that. What's going on here? There's one word you need to know. Sabotage, because that's what's happening. I see it plain as day. Someone is doing this. For years, there was a war on drugs. No more. For years, there was an effort to protect the borders. No more. They're putting new drugs on the streets. In all the major cities, there is a drug problem, a homeless problem, an infrastructure problem. The citizens are taking the back seat to visitors. Come on, dog. I'm not against nobody, but that's ass backwards.
They're
Yeah.
they're decriminalizing the drug use and the petty crimes that the drug users do.
That's why, Leo, I'm going to Saudi, bro. Going to Saudi.
No,
Where it's safe.
Well,
what Drew said, that those far left crazy people that are in government were elected democratically. That's all I'm
Shout
gonna
out
say.
to shout out to Spicy. Love you, immigrants, and Jules. You're cool too. Spicy, I'm sorry, but I don't love immigrants more than I love my own people. You got to take care of your own house first. That's tantamount to if you got your family and your kids and your dog and all of that, and you invite somebody to your house, you don't put them before the people that's already there. And that's
Take,
literally what's going on.
like case in point, let's say your neighbor Jules is a Irish American, but's there if you need something for your kids, let you borrow some sugar, coffee. 10-year neighbor you can count on. Are you gonna take a Dominican immigrant side over your fucking neighbor you know for 10 years just because they're Dominican?
No, absolutely not. That's my absolutely not. That's the point. It's getting to the point where the municipalities are strained, the infrastructure is strained, and it's only going to get worse because you haven't put a check on this. What? When do you stop? When does it stop? Is there a number you trying to hit, or you just trying to have it open forever? Because nobody, like I don't see how we benefit from this. How? We're supposed to look out for our own. We're supposed to look out for the people in our nation, the people that are here before anyone. That's just common sense.
You're a movie buff, Jules. I never saw the Purge, where they talk about how the first Purge started. But do you see them, the social hierarchy moving to where, like, let's just get them to get to a purge level of anger and hostility?
Bro, we talked about this already months ago. I don't know if you remember because, I like I said, I'm an alien, literally. I told y'all that once y'all let them Venezuelans in, things in New York are going to be very different, and they're going to stay different for the next I don't know anymore. I don't know. But the landscape of my city, I already know it's compromised and it's going to change. It is. It absolutely is. Because you haven't just let a completely different demographic into it. You let the gangs into it. You let the criminality into it. Don't you remember when I told Chris and everybody, yo, that's a different type of criminal down there. That's not the criminal that you used to. That's a different type of gravy that you're going to have to deal with. Now, they popped 2 cops like it ain't nothing, and he told them, yo, that's what we do. You know what I mean? That's what we do.
They're like a 70s, 80s New York criminal, and New York ain't built like that no more.
I'm telling you, it ain't. Forget the 70s, and I'm telling you, this is the closest thing to it is the movies, dog. It's that level of criminality.
You're talking about the 20s.
And you, bro, worse than you know how it is down. It's different down there, dog. It's just what they deal with down there. America don't understand that. Like, you really not used to that. You're not. Some of the things that happen south of that border, y'all don't know nothing. It don't go down like that here. Not like that. You know what I mean? But y'all seeing now. You have no idea, or maybe you do. And maybe this whole time it's your intention to destabilize the infrastructure of the municipalities, of the cities, and of the country ultimately. Because I don't see anything other than from what they're doing. Sabotage. That's all I see. Like, you trying to run this into the ground.
I have no doubt. I have no doubt there is some sabotage going on, but I just have a thing. Never attribute to mad genius what I can just attribute to short-sighted gains and stupidity. What do they gain with all this cheap labor coming in? Democrats, votes. Republicans, cheap labor. That's what they're gaining. They don't have any long-term goals other than that. They can't see beyond that because they're stupid.
No, but I get you.
Wait. I would agree with you, Jason. If it just stayed local, then I wouldn't say that's suspicious. But because it's happening all over Europe as well, something is wrong. I firmly, something is wrong.
And Jason, it's bigger than that because we're looking at a changing world order. And how do you get the society to a level of chaos where You get to impose martial law and have more Gestapo control. That's the end game.
I'm going to Australia with Mirage, bro. He'll protect me.
Are you bringing David Benavidez with you?
I am. I'm gonna use him to so that Mirage will help me. You know what I mean? I'm
You're
gonna
gonna
go
take
get
it
some mac
hostage?
and cheese. I'm gonna go get some mac and cheese. You guys sing songs of glory.
Jules is gonna move to Australia, drink Foster's beer, and fucking he's gonna breed baby kangaroo fighters.
And no, Sophia,
Boxing
I'm not
kangaroos.
voting for 300-year-old Biden. Like, Jesus Christ, I have
neither.
enough. Good
Jason,
God.
do you see what Biden has done to our 401k and how much money it costs to buy groceries? Fuck.
Oh my God, dude! Like, what the fuck? When did? Wait, forget groceries. When did going to McDonald's cost more than Chick-fil-A?
Oh my god.
Like, Chick-fil-A. What the fuck? This is why I was kind of mad when you brought that up, because I know you were just trying to have a joke, Drew, because Biden is funny at this point, the sad old man, but it's like, oh man, now we're going to talk politics and be depressed.
But I love talking that, so I love geopolitics more than I love boxing.
Ugh.
Damn.
Well, I love, because I look at it from this perspective. We are watching the changing world order. If any of us have grandkids, when they're our age, they're going to grow up in a world where America was never dominant, which is fascinating to me. We're living through that shit.
Here's where I'll push back on that a little bit, because it's like, bro, our military is just like got crazy sci-fi shit. Like, we're literally selling our trash to people and saying, "Oh no, this is the latest military technology."
I get that, but the military is only as good as if there's a world to govern. If we go to shit, we go to shit. But I'm talking about when your grandkids are 40 or 50 years old, that American military ain't gonna mean shit. It's gonna be a whole different ballgame. We're moving into like a Demolition Man. You ever seen Demolition Man?
Yep.
We're moving toward that type of world.
Don't worry about your kids, because your kids, you're gonna fight. You're gonna be fighting the Russians.
Yeah, man. Y'all go back to boxing, man. That politics is kind of depressing me.
I know, man.
You're gonna be fine. If you're from the United States of America, you're gonna be fine. Don't worry too much about it.
Yeah, the rest of the world will go down before we do. Let's just put it that way. So, did you guys hear what Kosei Tanaka had to say? He said that the priority was to successfully defend his title and then unify with Puma.
That's a good fight.
That's great.
Yeah, that's a good
So,
fight.
man, I ain't gonna lie. I like that, because I was not going to look forward to a Tanaka Ioka rematch, if only because that fight was, pretty definitive. Like,
Yeah. The thing is, I don't know about Tanaka, really, against Puma. I know Bam is gonna beat him. Is gonna beat Puma. I see Puma fighting. Puma's gonna get beat. But that fight, yeah, that's gonna be an interesting fight. Tanaka versus Martinez, yeah. With his fucked up hair.
I heard Jules talking about his fucked up hair, and I'm like, you know, Yoka dyes his hair too, right? Like,
yeah, but
I think he was naturally blonde.
What Puma makes
Matias does too, right?
Yeah, but Puma makes it different because he dyes his hair with the colors of a soccer team from Argentina. That's crazy. Even for me, that's fucking crazy.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, that's what it is. There's the colors of Boca Juniors.
Well, you know, soccer fans are crazy. Like, you have to be insane to enjoy that.
Oh, I'm chilling.
Sport.
I know motherfuckers are crazy about the soccer team. Motherfuckers get shot by saying some shit.
God, I think I said this before, but I remember these old British PSAs about like, you need to be aware of abusive husbands and boyfriends during soccer game week. Like, what the?
You know, I love when Leo cusses in English and he says motherfuckers.
Say motherfuckers, Leo.
He's not he ain't a toy, man. You can't pull the string on his back and Leo just starts cursing.
I just wanted to hear it.
No, look, in Chile, we don't have many guns, really, nothing like the United States. But the few guns we have, we use it to kill each other about soccer teams.
What the fuck?
That's the truth.
They using that shit for the important stuff. Like,
Yeah.
I'll never forget. I'll never forget the Chilean woman I had a beautiful night with. Oh my God, Beatrice. Oh my God.
you can tell Drew's alone right now when he said that. Cause like,
I mean, you want to share with the classroom?
Oh, bitch, she was amazing. Oh, Beatrice. That's why I called Leo the next live. I'm like, Leo, you've been holding on how hot fucking Chilean women are, bro.
Oh, we have some pictures.
Like chilangas.
all right.
What?
Oh,
I shut up. Big Rachel in the chat. It's time for some conspiracy talks, Rachel. When the West falls, where will you go? That's the topic of tonight, yo.
Mexico.
Hey, Jules,
No,
what is it?
no,
It's
de
just,
verdad. Tú sabes que yo me voy para México, de verdad.
¿En serio?
Drew, I told Drew, if this place falls, you know where you want to go? South America, because it'll be on the up and up. I have a sneaking suspicion, y'all. They either bought up or they're going to build up what's south of the border. I have a strong suspicion they are. And if it were to go down, I would go there. I speak Spanish. Yo, I could pass for anything, bro. Yo soy de México. Yo soy de Sonora. I'm from Sonora, bro.
The area
I'm going to Michoacán.
in this South Mexico, that area is gonna be subject of a massive infrastructure output in the next couple of decades.
Leo's right. Look at the Riviera Maya train. They built a state-of-the-art new train down there in South Mexico.
Yo lo dije, yo me voy para México. Okay. Yo voy a trabajar para el cartel. Yo sé cómo matar gente, todas las cosas buenas. Yo lo hago, un trabajito. O sea, yo no sé lo que le va a pasar al boxeo en el evento que eso pase, pero yo puedo hacer cosas lindas para el cartel, cosas buenas.
Go to Michoacán or Sinaloa.
Yo me voy para Sinaloa, with the good people in Sinaloa, yo me voy. Porque lo que yo veo, hay un sabotaje of the axis of power is shifting away from our ideals to someone else's. And if we're being honest, anybody who thinks that's good, something got to be wrong with you. Like something got to be wrong with you. And I'm gonna leave it there. Rachel, when the West falls, where will you go?
Philippines.
Where?
Philippines.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's a good idea. I would go.
No, Philippines is gonna be popping this couple of decades.
But yeah,
Rachel's going there with the ates and the cuyas and everybody.
Oh yeah.
I go for the Philippines. They play pool over there. I'd be at home.
Singapore, just anywhere in that region of the world, I would rather be over there. If something over here happens, I would rather.
Wait, the West is falling?
The West is falling, Rachel. We can't stop it. Biden's got dementia. Paris is overrun. Sweden, forget it. It's a shit show.
They're mad. Trump paid off a whore.
I mean, like what happened to Sweden? See, it could just be the natural passage of time. I am in my 40s, as far as human years. And Sweden used to be one of the safest, nicest, cleanest places to go. Read about where Sweden is now. It's like, yo, dog, you wouldn't want to be there. You wouldn't want to be there, dog.
What
And
was the
now,
one that I heard? Iceland, I heard. Like, people have been pumping up. Was it Iceland? I feel like it's Iceland. People
I
have been
heard,
pumping up Iceland.
I heard Norway is, I heard Norway. I heard, Germany. I know France for sure. France for sure. And
Germany, I don't know, dude. I went there. What was it for? Shit. I think it was for Germany Open. It had to be in 2006, maybe. I went to Germany, and I remember after the competition, me and my parents were running around Germany, and we were taking the night train, and we were waiting for the train, and it was outside. And these people came up to us and they're like, "You're American?" And they seemed like really angry. And we were like, my dad's like, "No, no, 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 we're Filipino." They're like, "But you're speaking English." She's like, "Well, she goes to American school." And they're like, "Okay, Filipino?" And we were like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." And then they offered us food. But I don't know what would have happened if we said we were American at that time. So, oh no, dude.
right, I mean, I speak
Rachel, that's
to,
exactly
I
why
speak.
Yeah,
I went.
I don't know
Go
if you remember, Rachel, but Germany was occupied by America for a part of Germany was occupied by America for a while. So I think there are people alive that have a grudge against Americans.
I mean,
I might
no, but
bet.
in a very general sense, America's not a well-liked nation globally. Like, yeah, a lot of people don't like us. Thankfully, I speak one of the most spoken languages in the entire planet. I can go anywhere, dog, and I'll blend, dog. I'll dye my hair blonde. I'll change my name to Chad. Nobody's gonna know nothing, dog.
No
I'll live.
mames.
I'll live next door to Leo. Nobody's gonna. He's not even gonna know it's me, dog. Like, you look familiar. You sound like, nah, I don't know you, dog. And Rachel, what do you think about Shakur's performance? Do you think people are exaggerating about how boring it was, or do you think no, it was that bad and he didn't deliver?
I mean, bad is like for me, like what do you like, right? Like, so can I learn from Shakur? Can I see things that he's not doing, like 100% when I'm replaying it and not looking at it for entertainment? If you're looking at for entertainment value, then no, you don't want to spend the time on a Saturday night watching this. But if you're looking at it from a perspective of what can I learn, bad and good, then there are, jewels within that fight that you could, pick apart and teach the younger generation. It just really depends on what you're looking at it for. Of course, not a beer with a bunch of people at a bar, like, watching this fight, but
But in that context, do you think that in that context, because look, it's the entertainment industry, and I think that sometimes, Shakur is having an adverse reaction to the criticisms of everyone, even his fellow boxers. Like, he was literally just arguing with Andre Berto. Before that, he was arguing with Marcus Brown and Ishe Smith, and basically anybody that had anything at all to say about it. And just in the realm of, okay, this is entertainment, and people were not entertained, right? Was it boring? Did you think
yes,
it was boring?
for entertainment purposes, yes. It was we were at a party, and me and Nonito were like, "Hey, we're gonna go back to the house," and they were like, "Why?" And we said that we were gonna watch the fights, and they're like, "We have ESPN." So, a couple of them came into the house, the host house, to watch it with us, and within like 2 rounds they walked back out, right? Like, so it wasn't something that
Damn.
they were really keyed into. And for and I've said this numerous times on your panel, that we are such the knockout reel. We're the Instagram people that only have a 30-second span. I'm not saying that like us per se, but the general population wants those kind of quick reels and those highlights and excitingness. Like, everything has to be. And I said that when he was fighting during the F1 series, F1 is a fast thing. It's a fast sport. And then you put Shakur, right? Like, it's a whole different entertainment, and it was opposite. So this not being during F1, and within his own city, etc. I think that again, the people that aren't looking for that sweet science, the people that are not looking to break down tape, yeah, they're just like turned off by it and just walked away. And I mean, if you're looking at that, that do I sit here and watch it and learn, or do I just sit here and be entertained? It's not a Guardian of the Galaxy movie or a Marvel movie. You're like, ooh, I want to watch it. I want to keep watching it.
I mean, he said that he feels, and he literally said this, he felt that they were trying to sabotage him by putting him on that Thursday for the F1 series. And this, he said he felt that they were trying to sabotage him. And to me, it's like, no, that's ridiculous. Top Rank has you under contract. They pay you $3 million a fight or whatever they're paying you. They're paying you a lot of money, and they're investing a lot of money in you. As weird as this may sound, I don't think Top Rank wants you to fail, least of all when you're under contract. Why would they want that for you? If you fail, they fail with you because you're their fighter.
Correct. Yeah. I mean, the ROI is not there.
It's not like they're paying peanuts to promote your fight and pay your opponent and pay you. They're paying you in the millions. I don't think that if they're paying you in the millions, they want you to fail. No, that's a loss for them. Is that crazy, or is that accurate? You know this better than I do, but that's my view. That, well, if you got a guy under contract and he's got a contract minimum of, let's say, $3 million, no, I don't think you'd want to fritter away that $3 million to sabotage him.
No, yeah, and like the whole thing is that like in the beginning of the contract, of course you're going to put out money to promote this fighter, and then as it goes on, like you're trying to recuperate those funds, but also wanting him to build an enough fan base in person, in addition to the viewership, for people to want to put you on, and like it wouldn't make any sense okay, I understand the F1, it might have been like, one of those things like, hey, we're trying it, right? Like just the same way that Top Rank had, they do Thursday fights on a Super Bowl weekend here in Las Vegas, okay? And to get a different viewership, a different crowd, they put him there. It might not have been the best bet for that, being how he showed up with De Los Santos. But I mean, what better bet could you have had being in his hometown, right? Like your bet with Nonito, put him in the Bay or put him in Philippines. 100%. The last time that we were in the Philippines was 2016. It was, I can't remember who it was against. Who was it against in Philippines? You don't remember?
Prado?
No, not Prado. After Prado, the one outside in Cebu with a 20,000 person people. You don't even remember. You knocked. No, Nito doesn't even remember. We knocked him out like in what, 4? Anyways, so that was a 20,000 person turnout outdoors, in Cebu. So that like being in your hometown, like people are going to show, right? So you would think that that's the type of support that Shakur would have had over there. Like
has that though. He does, like, I know that 8,000 is not an insane number, right? This is not an insane number, but he still had the weird thing about Shakur is they try to say that Top Rank wasn't promoting him, but over 1 million people watched this fight, and that's just the linear. That's not ESPN Plus. That's just ESPN linear numbers. I'm fairly confident even more people, because I watched it on the Plus, and most people I know watched it on the Plus, not regular ESPN. So over 1 million people watch your fight. Over 8,000 people show up. It looks like they were promoting you. Like, yeah, they were. Look, you had a good turnout. It's just people didn't really like what they saw.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, if they didn't really like you, they would put you in Iowa. I'm just, what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they wouldn't give you like, let's continue to build your fan base. Let's go back to your hometown, and let's like remember that they're there and these are the people that support you, and then your grassroots, and then like show that type of thing. If they wanted to bury you, they would put you on an undercard in the middle of goddamn nowhere, and
So
just be
Rachel,
like,
what you're
oh
saying
well.
is, so what you're saying is like they would say, oh, I don't know why I put this out of my head, for example, but take like an Australian versus a Welshman and put him in Oklahoma. Is that what
Yeah,
you're saying?
yes, 100%.
Shit, my brother fought in Oklahoma. There was nobody there and shit like that. They just put a fucking card and that was it.
Under who?
Top rank,
Oh,
Yeah, because
Oklahoma.
they did Oklahoma.
Yeah.
what
Okay.
Shakur is saying, what he's trying to say, and what some people kind of just go with just because he said it, is that they don't know how to promote him or they didn't treat him well. And I'm like, dog, if over 1 million people knew you were fighting on a Saturday night and they watched it, it's because they promoted you. Because I know you wasn't standing outside that place handing out tickets to everybody. No, you got to train. You in camp. So you got good viewership. You got good turnout. No, it looks like they promoted you. It's just, once again, people wasn't happy with what they saw, but that's up to them. You can't control that. And you can't blame Top Rank for that. Like, nah, how you gonna blame them for that? They promoted you, but there's only so much they could do. They're not magicians, you know?
Listen, Top Rank is one of the best. Like, and I keep saying this. Like, people are talking about like the prospects that are on Top Rank cards, and I'm like, they are one of the best when it comes to building up a fighter. They really are. From grassroots until you get a world championships, they really are. And it's their matchmaking, it's how they promote, who they partner with, et cetera, et cetera. The rest is going to be up to you. There's nothing that Top Rank can do for you once you get in that ring. It's up to you. And that's pretty much your only job. Like, as much as they say, like, you're supposed to promote yourself, and stuff like that, like, you literally just have to train. When they say, hey, we're sending a camera crew, you have to be made available. And of course, the press conferences and all that other stuff leading up to the fight. But besides that, all gloves are off when it comes to you stepping in that ring. There's nothing that they can't do fireworks or do like special effects while you're fighting. It's literally you.
Yeah, like, I think that pure boxers like Shakur, some people like him. I'm not a big fan of that style. I'm just not. I never really have been the defensive fighter. Even though I did like Floyd. But Floyd had the dance partners, and that's what offset the style. That, well, yeah, he's a defensive fighter, but he's in there with Cotto, or he's in there with Marquez, or he's in there with Oscar, or he's in there with Canelo or Manny. So it offset that. And with Shakur, it's like you're still in the building process. You haven't arrived yet. You're still in the building process. Yeah, you've been a champion at 3 weights, but you're not yet in a place where you can say, well, I don't care what the fans think, and I don't care what this person says. Like, no, you should. Like, you want those people on your side, because those are the people that are going to demand that Javante fight you. You know, those are the people that they're gonna have that grassroots demand that makes you marketable. Without them, if you're basically saying, hey, I don't care about them, I don't care what they want, I don't care if they like it. Hey, bro, you draw more flies with honey, though. I'm just saying, draw more flies with honey, bro. You know? He's saying
I just think it's funny where he's like, at one point, he's sending off contracts, quote unquote. And then at other points, like, it's Top Rank's fault. Like, which one is it? Are you the boss or are you not? Like, pick a damn lane. Like, and that's what, I literally want to quit Twitter and YouTube, because like I just can't, like, this kind of flip-floppy, no accountability, and who you're saying you are versus what I know in the business that you're not. Like, it's kind of laughable, and people are going to stand in the pocket and they're going to do whatever they want to do. But at the end of the day, like, the truth is what the truth is. You are not Top Rank. If you wanted to be Top Rank, then do it on your own, but you're not. So stop playing like you're the big dog until you become the big dog.
Rachel, you're talking about a man who is commenting on other people's baldness while he's got that little chia pet freak thing going on top of his dome, and you think this guy's smart enough to distinguish between who's the promoter and who isn't? Like, I'm sorry, like, Shakur just
he's just a young guy, man. Shout out to IATG. Jules is spitting the night. I'm Canadian from Montreal, And the problems with the mass immigration here are also horrible. It's going down, y'all. I'm telling y'all, the West is falling. I know where I'm going. I'm going to Sinaloa, work for the cartel. Shout out to Oscar Jimenez. If they weren't invested in Shakur Stevenson, they'd pass him around like they're doing homegirl Michaela May. Yeah, that's true. They've just been outsourcing Michaela. They don't seem to really be pushing and promoting her anymore ever since she lost to Alicia Baumgartner. And it's to me, it's just a common sense argument. You're not going to put up in excess of 2 million or 3 million so that the guy fails. You're not going to pay him that so that he fails. No, you want him to succeed. You want him to win. But it's only so much you could do. You can't fight the fight for him. You can't go into the crowd and tell people to stop booing because the fight Saturday, after 2 rounds, they were booing. After 2 rounds, they were already booing. And it's like, dog, there's nothing Top Rank could do about that. That's how the people feel.
And they were walking out.
The whole point of paying $3 million is that so towards the end of the contract, that's a bargain. Like, oh snap, we only have to pay Shakur $3 million. But no, now you sitting here being boring everyone to death, and now it's like, oh god, we gotta pay this guy $3 million. Do we have to fight? Do we have to put him in a fight this year? Do we have to?
Nah. And that's why I started to show out with a question: what can Eddie really do for this guy? Because I think Eddie is a great promoter, but if you don't have the opponents, you don't have the opponents, and he doesn't have them. He doesn't have the names that Shakur needs. You go
he has
over
maybe
there.
a couple opponents, right, Jules, that pay him good money. Like, okay, go to Liam Paro in Australia.
He could keep him busy. You know what I mean? Like he could keep. That's what I said, Drew. That unless Shakur about to go to 140, Eddie don't got nobody. If you talking about 135 lightweight, if you talking about 135, Eddie don't got nobody for you, bro.
But this story doesn't sound familiar. What didn't happen the same thing with Demetrius Andrade? Eddie Hearn was trying, was really trying, was offering crazy money for those fights with Demetrius Andrade, and nobody wanted.
Yeah.
Also, the 140 fight with Paro isn't available because we're getting an all Aussie showdown, boys. Paro versus the sparring partner who keeps getting title shots.
If they put Kambosos in that fight, somebody don't like it. He just got knocked out, bro. Like, y'all gonna put him in there with Liam? Y'all crazy. Like, he fighting the wrong Liam, Jason. He should fight Liam Wilson, who fought 2 days ago. Fight Liam Wilson. That's a more even fight. If you fight Liam Paro, he is gonna beat your ass. Worse than Loma.
He is entering Josh Warrington territory where it's like, how do you keep getting title shots, motherfucker?
I'm saying if he gonna go to 40, if you're gonna go to 40, you might as well fight Teofimo again. Because you know Liam ain't. I don't think Liam gonna come down to 35, bro. I don't think that dude can make 35. Quiet as kept. I heard he dropped Shakur in sparring ahead of the De Los Santos fight. That's a rumor I heard. But Liam not coming down to 35, so I'm gonna assume you going up, George. I'm gonna assume that you gonna meet him after because he the champion. He got the belt. You know he called the shots. So I'm gonna assume George going up. But George, if you gonna go up for somebody, go up for Teofimo. Y'all got history. You could sell that. You could sell this, but you could also sell that. You might make a little bit more money with that. You know, George got a death wish. Shout out to George, man. He's crazy. He's a crazy guy. Shout out to Mr. Calderon. Imagine paying good money to watch a boring UD. You know, I mean, I try to appreciate. I like to think I'm objective. I like to think I am. But that was just not an entertaining fight. I seen Shakur in 1 or 2 entertaining fights. The Conceição fight was entertaining. That was an entertaining fight. The Valdez fight was a good fight. It was good. I wasn't bored watching the Valdez fight. I wasn't bored watching that. But the Nicotila fight was boring. The De Los Santos fight was boring. And this past Saturday's fight was boring. Even though he's coming forward and trying to draw his lead, it was still tight boring. It was. Like, it was just boring.
But Jules, he said both his hands are injured now.
I think he has Rachel, I think he has he's got hand problems, I think. I think he genuinely does. And that's why he can't really land with authority, you know?
Yeah, they're
attached to a bitch. What gloves does he wear? Like, I don't even remember. What kind of brand is he wearing?
What kind of gloves he wear, y'all? Winning? Everlast? What do you wear?
He wears Winning.
He wears Winning?
Yep.
Winnings are padding. Winning gloves.
If they're padded, then
The
I
floor
mean,
is wearing winning.
if he wearing winning gloves and they're extra padded, then that kind of lends credence to the notion that he may have hand issues.
Yeah.
Bob said it. Bob said it ahead of the De Los Santos fight. He said, "Yo, something was wrong with his hands. That's why he fought that way." Since Saturday, he said it on his social media to like 3 different people. Yeah, his hands was all messed up. So I don't know. I don't
He's-
know.
Chat saying he wore Everlast.
Motherfucker Shakur is hurting himself on camp. That is why it doesn't matter what kind of gloves he uses on fight night. If your fists are already fucked up the moment you enter the ring, it's over. And
don't
it's
know,
not gonna
man.
heal
Yeah,
up.
but if you use like something like Reyes doesn't protect you at all. You use Winnings, that's more padded. Grant's pretty much the same. So like there's the puncher's gloves and there's like the boxer gloves that really have that kind of padding. And if he did use Grant's, like they supposedly make the glove to where it really fit, like it's custom made to your hand. So when you see Reyes gloves, like first of all, like you know that dude has like some type of bone structure or whatever that when he punches, it can sustain that kind of impact. When you see a fighter using Winnings or Grants, like you know they're trying to protect their hands because there's something brittle or injuries or something.
It seems that Shakur has a chronic hand issues, man.
Chat's saying that he has a deal with Everlast, so he uses Everlast gloves.
Well,
So that's-
The Everlasting Elites are like are pretty much MX. They don't have much padding. So if it's Everlasting Elite gloves, then maybe he needs to use a thicker type of glove because Nonito uses Everlasting Elites. They're not pillow gloves at all.
That's what Shakur been saying since Saturday. He told 3 different people his hands all busted up. And earlier when he was in the spaces on Twitter, somebody asked him, "Yo, what's good with your hands?" And he ain't want to talk about it. Like they asked him outright, like, "What's good with your hands and all that? Like, is they injured? Is they good?" He said he ain't want to talk about that. So it's like, why not? You know what you hiding? You know, you got to hide. I know,
Jules
man.
Nonito asked who does his raps.
I don't know who wraps his hands. I literally don't know.
Oh,
I never
okay.
I never seen who wraps his
But
hands.
that makes a big difference.
I don't know if you can hear Nonito, but he said that makes a big difference on who wraps your hands.
I'm gonna have to see. Maybe does it because his grandfather's his trainer. Like I assume that his grandfather was the one wrapping his hands. You know, Shakur got problems, man. Like I don't think he's handling it well. But that's the byproduct of social media. I said it in a video I did before. If you lay an egg, you ain't gonna have people bothering you about it all the time. You know, you might read about it in the paper that so and so says something negative, whereas now you really can't get away from it because of social media, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Everybody gonna keep talking about it, and as long as you on social media, you're gonna keep hearing about it. That is one thing that's different about this era. That like, yeah, like now, once they get going, they going, dog. Like, yeah, they going. You know,
Internet's forever.
it's forever, bro. Until it's a sun flare.
Did you get blocked? Jules, did you get blocked?
No. I mean, look, he ain't got no problems with me. I asked my question. Nothing bad happened. I asked my question. I asked him, what was it specifically that made him want to leave Top Rank? Was it that he wanted more money, or was it just he didn't like the atmosphere? What he told me was that after he rejected the extension, they started acting different towards him. That's what he said. You know, I didn't have a bad experience, but a lot of other people did. He's cursing people out, saying this and that. Yo, he ain't handling it well, man. Like, and that was in the spaces earlier. That was like 2 hours ago, I think. 2-3 hours ago.
It's like, man, you're 27 years old. Act like a goddamn adult.
I mean, you can see he's stubborn, so he gonna double down if you try to like suppress or impose, he gonna double down. Like, nah, you know what I mean? Like, that's what it is to be young, yo. Like when you young, ain't nobody gonna tell you nothing. You not gonna let them because you young. When you old, you save that energy for the farts. I got to fart later. I can't be arguing with you. I got to fart. Save my energy for that. You know what I mean,
but is it really true about his hands? Like having issues with his hands? Like is that confirmed?
yo, like I said, bro. Bob said the Edwin De Los Santos fight. After the fight, Bob said, yo, he was having issues with his hands going in. We had him look at a few doctors. That's what Bob said. Fast forward, I combed through his social media. He told a couple of people, yeah, he was having hand problems or whatever. His hands all beat up and all of that. That's what he said.
All right.
So, anecdotes. Shout out to ASVP. If you didn't know any better, you'd think he was a teenager. That is true, though. At 27, everybody different, man. Everybody, because I will say that I was very calm at 27, but he's a fighter. It's different. He gonna double down. Like, nah, y'all ain't gonna tell me nothing. I ain't gonna. That's where he at. That ain't nobody gonna tell him nothing. You know, not Andre Berto, not Marcus Brown, not Ishe Smith, not Cameron Giles, not Mason Betta, not nobody. Yo, he don't want to let nobody tell him nothing. That's how he is. Will said, if he has hand issues, to me, this is an occupational hazard. Most fighters go into fights injured from training all the time and don't ask for sympathy. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Can't argue with that. I've heard that before. That most of the time fighters go into a fight and they're not 100%. Got some kind of injury or some kind of pain. I've heard that. Shout out to ASVP. He is using Everlast, so that could be it. No, man.
I don't want to give too much credence to this whole boxing glove thing, just because there's the reason he doesn't get knockouts or hurt people or whatever. Just because it's like, bro, Inoue wears winning sometimes. He still gets people the fuck out of there.
Yeah, but you know, punchers are born. They're not made. Punchers are born, and I really believe that you could sharpen what you have and make it better, but you have to have it. Where some guys, he's never gonna be a puncher, bro. He's not. He's never gonna be a puncher. He's never gonna be a knockout merchant. He's just not. You know, punchers are born. They're not made, bro. And if a guy all of a sudden starts knocking people out, okay, something is wrong, because that's not how that happens. If he all of a sudden, what are you trying to say, yo?
I'm trying to say, eggs are a hell of a food group.
Shout out to eggs, yo. Shout out to Omelets.
Shout out to Huevos.
Shout out to Los Huevos, bro. This is gonna be a good weekend of fights, y'all. I hope Yanni Beck's fight is entertaining. I really do, because man alive, does he need a shot in the arm? He really needs a push. Like, middleweight is just dead, bro. You know?
Hey,
I
Jules,
still
did
don't believe
Jamie
this.
Soriano ever pay you your money?
Who?
Did Jamie Soriano ever pay you your $100?
No, I knew he wouldn't, bro. I knew he wouldn't.
Pussy.
And there were parameters for the bet. I said that David. It's all up on the live. It was parameters for the bet. It's got to be this year. David has to fight the winner of that fight. David is going back to 168. He already said that.
Yeah.
Well, Samson Lukowicz already said that. It's just childishness, bro. A lot of these dudes will make a bet like that because they're so besides themselves with anger. They don't know what else to do but make a bet for money they don't want to pay. And I take the bet because I know, look, dog, not only do I not need your money, but I know you're not going to pay. See, me, I honor my bets because I want that good karma.
Man, no Diddy, man, but I think he likes you some, man, because he brings you up on the Boxing Voice every chance he gets.
Yo, dog.
Sounds like all the Diddy to me.
It's another dude on Twitter. I could tell he a New York cat because I could hear his accent. I could tell he from Harlem. He either from Harlem or he want to sound like he from Harlem. Dude, I think his name is It Ain't. What is it? That ain't it, bruh. And it's like, yo, he was having a whole argument about me. I'm just in the bushes reading the shit. Like, yo, you really sitting here arguing about me, dog? That's crazy.
To be fair, he probably bet everything he had on a Benavidez knockout against Fostick, and now he's broke. So maybe that's why he didn't pay you.
I I remember. I remember the other guy. He said Andre was going to beat Benavidez. I'm like, yo, y'all dudes is crazy out here. What's the matter with a lot of y'all? You could root for Andre, bro. Don't put no money on him. You crazy. You know, boxing is a different. Boxing fans are different than other fans, man. They really are. Like, yeah, boxing fans are different, dog. Boxing fans argue about the dumbest shit, just the dumbest of the dumb shit.
especially in the U.S.
Yeah, bro. Shit. Over here, especially, those motherfuckers arguing about the dumbest of the dumb shit and getting mad at me. Like, I think some motherfuckers don't even know why they don't like me. They forgot. I was probably right about something, and that's what it is. Like, motherfucker was right, so you mad at that. What the fuck you want me to do, dog? Be wrong? Told your ass Usyk was gonna beat Fury. I'm telling your ass now. He's gonna knock him out. Yeah. If y'all fight later this year, Fury getting knocked out.
Boxing fans are highly they're sensitive. Like even if you don't even like put who you're talking about in your post, and it could totally not be pertaining to boxing. For some weird reason, these fanatics decide to make it about the boxer that they're hyping for sure.
Or you could say a couple of days ago, I said that I was excited about a fight. I can't even remember which. And dudes started coming at me over that because I was excited about, like, what the fuck do you want me to do? You want me to not be excited, bro? Like, can I just be happy, dog? You know what I'm saying? Like this weekend's Muratalla versus Pharma. I love that fight. It's a great little fight, dog. It's a good acid test for Muratalla. Good opportunity for Tevin if he could pull it off. Now I don't think he is. I think he's gonna get beat, but still, it's a good fight. Good fight. Another fight, Uniel Dorticos versus Zerto. Oh, I love that fight. The KO doctor, he's back. I love that fight. Now, Zerto, you gonna be in there with a guy. He's a big guy, long guy. He's got long arms. He hit hard. It's a good fight. Boxing fans don't know how to be happy. Not the American ones, anyway. These motherfuckers miserable.
Yeah, but at the same time, like they just always bring it back, right? Like I think I said something. I was like something like, "You guys need to realize real quickly that what you say on social media, like some people are starting to become bold, like saying things, and then people press you in IRL in real life, and then you start running trying to say I'm sorry." And somehow that conversation got switched to Devin, Ryan, and Bill, and I was like,
Oh.
okay, I didn't even tag who I was talking about, but I was literally talking about Neon. I wasn't talking about Ryan, Devin, or Bill, but you guys brought it back there somehow. It's madness, and they get so like offended, and I'm a whore, bitch, slut, whatever. I'm like, I don't even know how we got here. We're talking
They're
about
so
something
over.
else.
I mean, they're so overprotective of Ryan. I don't even know what they're defending anymore. I already said that the irrational veneration that they have is tantamount to a girl crush. That dog, you just doing that on some real shit. You ready to down the hill over Ryan because you like him, like him. That's what I see. Cause this ain't no boxing shit. The shit you arguing is not no boxing shit. The shit you defending is not no boxing shit. So if you still defending this guy, oh, it's just because you want him to punch you in the brown. That's that
No,
shit
it's like,
is, yo.
It's like you say, Jules, like boxing fans aren't like other sports fans. Like, let's take a look at other sports. How long did it take for Giants fans to give up on their quarterback, Daniel Jones? Like, a week? And we're still defending fucking Ryan Garcia. Like, what?
You can't say nothing about Ryan Garcia without getting into a goddamn argument. Here, or especially not Twitter, motherfuckers is going to find you, dog. And they'll dox you if they can over Ryan Garcia. Like, bro, what's the matter? What's the matter?
It's wild though, Bill. What's going on with him? Every 5 minutes, someone in your mention is trying to defend him, Jules.
Man, anybody supporting Ryan right now, you must be like getting lied to. Simple as that.
I mean, like I said, it's just some stand by your man type energy. Like that's the way they argue. That's how they looking. Like stand by your man. Like you just what you like about Ryan don't got a whole lot to do with boxing. You like him, but it ain't got nothing to do with boxing. That's what I see.
So what was Neutral's whole thing? Like, let's see what was his whole defense of Ryan for?
If I shout out the neutral, nothing against them, but if I had to just if I had to wrap my mind around what you doing, you just trying to play devil's advocate to play the and I personally I do hate that shit. Like you just trying to be extra to be extra. You trying to be a smartass to be a smartass. You trying to make it about Victor Conti, bro. If they said the shit came from they supplements that they tested and it came back for Osterin, why are you still talking to me about Victor Conti? That's what his legal team said, bro.
And
They
then
said
he
that.
said wanted NutraBio to explain why that batch of Ryan's had Osterine.
Then we got into a small debate. He said, "Oh, the New York State Athletic Commission broke protocol." No, they didn't. They cheaped out on the test. Yeah, they cheaped out on the test. But that don't mean they broke protocol. Breaking protocol means they broke a rule. You ran with a rumor that you heard on Twitter that they didn't conduct the test at all. I know because I heard the same rumor, and I know who you got it from. They did conduct the test, though. They did. That's why they had the B sample to retest it. And when they did, had aspirin in it.
There was only one party that broke protocol.
Ryan.
It's just that smart ass shit playing devil's advocate. Like, let me just play devil's advocate. Like, for what, though?
It's
for
it's
what?
crazy. Ryan, the motherfucker really sent the bottles open for testing, and motherfuckers believe that shit.
Because
Come on, man.
Leo, I use that as a microcosm for the American populace. It's not about facts anymore. It's just about how I feel. As long as I feel that way, the facts don't matter. That's where America at, dog. Yeah, that's where it's at.
I mean,
No,
here's
that's
the big
true.
fact that you were popped for Austrian in the New York State Athletic Commission, like the one athletic commission I know of where they allow for a little bit of Austrian in your system.
And you were 60 times over the threshold.
No, but it was only a billionth of a gram, like they said.
The whole thing was it's people that wanted to be able to troll Devin. A lot of those people are Javante Davis fans. That's the only reason they all of a sudden start liking Ryan, right? Other people, it's like it's all agendas. And what I'm saying is, I'm not saying what I'm saying for love of Devin. I'm just saying it because it's a matter of fact. You broke the protocol. You didn't prove contamination. You didn't prove it because you broke the chain of command. So you could have put something in them supplements yourself to bolster your story's credibility. For all I know, it's what the chain of command is for, so that it don't look like that. You know what I mean? Now I think he cheated. I think he cheated.
If they're
And it's
gonna
like you-
use the
go ahead.
billionth of the gram story, though, like that's the thing is everyone's like billionth of gram, billionth of gram. No one decided that they wanted to read the quote unquote contamination report from the two supplements that he gave. We're not even talking billionth of a gram. We were talking about trillionths of a gram when it came to what was in those products that he supplied. But no one's saying trillionths. No one's like jumping in on that wordplay. Let's play the wordplay. So you saying billions? Come on, bro. Like they were playing with trillions.
Rachel, that like being real. One, they not as smart as you. Cause think about it. All you found in the supplement was a trillion. So how did a billionth get in your system, dog? Because the supplement only got a trillion. How did you end up with a billion?
Beyond that, though, the stupidity of it is, so I have friends in the medical profession, and I brought this shit up, and I was just joking around with the whole billionth trillionth thing, and they looked me dead in the eye and says, Jason, I'm going to punch you. Shut the fuck up. We deal with incredibly tiny portions of this shit. Like, a billionth is actually a lot in terms of medicine. Of a gram? Gram is huge!
And the whole thing is that the whole time you spent 2 weeks trying to put this on Victor, Bill, Devin, Vada, and the lizard people and the Democrats, according to Ryan. So that 2 weeks later, oh nah, it was in my supplements. It was in my supplements. So then which one is it, bro? Was you set up or not?
They saying whatever.
And like you said, it was
Whatever
all
sticks.
Gervonta Davis and his fans wanting to win by proxy over Devin.
Yeah, that's all that was. That's all that was. And that's all it is. But now, it's like the damage is done and the drama's gone. I'm sure that they could come back next year and sell that rematch if they decide to do a rematch. For each other, they're the best option north of 140. You know, Devin, your best option is Ryan. Ryan, your best option is Devin to make a lot of money, to make a bag. And the question is, will Ryan still have enough? Will he still be in good enough to fight? Because the way this guy's going, dog, I'd be surprised if he make it to Thanksgiving. Like, this dude's all over the place. Like, you getting in the shit over here, you getting in the shit over there. You went to your girlfriend's house through the phone and all the shit on the floor, the bottle. It's like, yo, like, dude is crashing out.
It's gonna be worse during the holidays.
Oh yeah, that's
He'll be-
when all the mental issues and shit come out during the holidays.
He'll probably be in jail or something.
Bro,
And nothing of value is lost.
he just needs to go. I've always felt that Ryan should go to the CW because he's like a Dawson's Creek type dude. Like, yo, you would fit right in an episode of
You're an
Dawson's
idiot.
Creek. He would, dog. Like, you and James Vanderbeek and Katie Holm. Yeah, it fits, bro. Like, he should. You know what? He should be on an episode of Arrow. He would fit right in, dog.
I'm sure there's like
And
some
you're being
drama he can go
nicer.
in.
You're being nicer. I wish he would just do a Kurt Cobain already. And the
Nah,
fucking misery,
don't
bro.
do that. Don't put that energy out there, bro. Don't do that now. But just go to Josh Whedon. What's he got, like a Batman, like a Gotham or some shit that he doing on Channel 11? Just, go over there and be in that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just do your thing, bro. The theatricality and the emotional shit, you'll fit right in with that shit, bro.
Because the only issue I have with him where it annoys me, he makes people that really have mental health issues not get taken serious because
Well,
how he
yeah,
plays with it.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, the only thing I could see on him is maybe he's a sociopath, maybe he's a pathological lie, maybe, or maybe he's just immature, which is more likely that, bro. It's not no crazy shit. You just drink a lot and you're immature. That's. You sound like a 13-year-old playing Call of Duty with the headset. That's how you sound when you saying all that shit. That's all. Motherfuckers turning that shit into a lot of shit. Like, not, dog. Not everybody that says I got a mental this or not everybody telling the truth, dog. People just exploiting that shit. You know? Shit. But I got Devin winning the rematch when it does happen. I do have Devin. I'm saying that shit now. Because I think Devin, if nothing else, he's a consummate professional. And that, sometimes, that's all you need. Just show up. Show up. Old saying. It's a cliche.
Yeah,
We've all heard it.
That.
Hard work beats talent. And talent don't work hard.
We thought that the last time, Jules.
No, we didn't think that. You didn't think that, so don't try to be a smart ass. You had Devin winning like everybody else.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
Wasn't ahead of the curve.
That's what I'm saying, though. Like, we all thought that all Devin had to do was show up and just be slightly professional, and then he'd beat the shit out of Ryan. We all thought that.
We
and then what
thought
happened?
he was going to style on him. We thought he was going to style on him. Like, Ryan don't have a shot in the dark. Look, I didn't know he had aspirin in his system. I didn't know he was going to come in 3 pounds over. I didn't know none of that. So, yeah, that matters. That matters. Shout out to Cervecero. Ryan fan logic. He'll miss weight on purpose. He'll drink while training. He'll go on a racist rant, claim mental illness, but I'll never cheat by taking anything. That's where he draws the line. Word, right? He could do and say all type of crazy shit. But when it come to taking some aspirin, he would never do that.
I may be a drunk, unprofessional racist, but I am not a cheat.
Word, yo. Shout out to Anthony for the Cash App donation to the Chinese Beer Fund of Sweden.
Look,
We'll be getting the Corona.
I'm checking now the DSM-5, trying to find that. I don't find the diagnosis that makes you say the N-word. I cannot find it. Still, let me keep checking. Wait.
Leo, eso es lo que yo dije que mira, when I was younger, bro, I got drunk all all the time. That's not going to make you say stuff like that. If you saying stuff like that, it's because it's already there.
Yeah.
And the liquor brought it out. You know what I mean? When I get, I'm a happy drunk. I'm happy in a general sense. I'm a happy type of person. But you know, that's if you know me. If you don't know me, I'm real quiet. But I'm a happy person. So if I get a little bit of liquor in my soul, I'm just gonna be more happy. But if you get liquor in your system and that's what come out, oh, that's because that's already there, bro. The liquor just brought it out.
Yeah. Drunk man tells no tales.
Tell no lies.
There you go.
Tell no lies, bro. Like all you did was say what you was thinking when you don't be saying it. The liquor helped you say it, bro. That's all. I ain't gonna drink some Seagram's gin and ginger ale and start saying all this crazy shit. I ain't gonna drink no Jack. Start like, nah, dog. Like, what the fuck? You just, that's how you be feeling when you be walking around. That's how you be feeling. That's why that's what came out. So
and then he goes back to Jesus this, Jesus that.
Word, like on the Jesus loves. Drew, what I said, whenever somebody fucking up, who they bring up? Jesus.
They go straight to God.
Straight to God. Let's motherfuckers start fucking up. Let's talk about God. Talk about the song.
Maybe he's a schizophrenic at the voices and his head made him say some wild shit.
You know, I'm honestly gonna say I don't think it's schizo. I think he's actually just manic. He said something like during the IV thing that during the episode that he wasn't sleeping. And if you look at his tweets, it's literally in the middle of the goddamn night. And then he might take off for like 2 or 3 hours, then he's back on Twitter again or any of these, you know, social spaces. And manic people, when they don't get sleep, like they lose their whole like what the fuck reality is. It's like everyone's arguing with them. Everyone is they get paranoid. You know, they have short tempers and they say things that they're not supposed to. That's a manic episode. And I think like just give him a sleeping pill or something. Let him go to sleep. Let him rest. I think that's what he needs, honestly.
So Rachel, what you're saying is that what's standing between Ryan Garcia and being a healthy life is just watching a Shakur Stevenson marathon every night before bed?
Basically, what stands between Ryan and sanity is an afternoon nap. Basically, an afternoon nap.
Or an ambient.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I mean, like, look, I think that when they come back, they're gonna come back at 147, both of them, him and Devin. And at that weight, the most lucrative option would be to fight each other, because you're not gonna get a lot of money fighting Brian Norman. You're not, and it's dangerous. You're not gonna get a lot of money. I mean, like, you play boots if you want to, but that ain't gonna work out for neither of y'all. So y'all better off just run it back, fight each other. You don't need a belt to sell a fight between y'all, because it's about the backstory, the drama, and the controversy. So just
winner gets Barrios, because I'll take over the world by then, and I'll prevent the Manny Pacquiao Barrios fight from happening.
Listen, Manny might win that fight, dog. I don't know why you playing. Manny might win that fight.
Of course, he's got to win that fight. Barrios,
he might. He might. You know, you never know. I ain't gonna sleep on Manny, dog.
So y'all don't give Apocalypto no chance.
It's not that. It's that. It's not that. Drew, I don't want to hear you wiping your ass.
Oh no, I was talking to somebody else.
I know, and I don't want to hear you wiping your ass.
Why are you talking to somebody else?
Using the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? Manny, that's the thing. Because Manny doesn't have to chase Mario, Ugas boxed him. He boxed him up. Well, you don't got to worry about that with Mario, because he's going to trade with you. He's going to come forward. He's going to trade. Now, who do I think is the bigger puncher? Mario or Manny? Manny, bro. Yeah, I know he's 46, but he's still Manny, dog. Like, power's the last thing to go. So I ain't going to say no shit. I'm going to just say Manny has a legitimate chance. Yeah, you got a chance. You got a chance. So, don't sleep on Manny now.
I just want to see how fast he is now at that age.
That is different gravy. That's different. Reflexes, speed, sharpness, hand-eye coordination. These are the things that go with time. Those are the things.
Yeah.
So, Now I'm gonna go chill. I'm gonna go eat some shit. I'm gonna go live for all the
Boots.
fights on Saturday. I'm going live for them joints. So y'all join me on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z.
Yes,
Thanks for having us,
sir.
brother.
Okay, nos vemos.
Buenas noches.
Ow!
Bye, Jules.
Bye,
Bye,
everybody.
Rachel.